Good morning, traders. Are you guys ready to get back into the hot seat? I know I am ready to bounce back after a red day. Like always, not every single trading day is going to be green. Today, we put the fist up, we fight back, and we get back to the green. Now, one thing's for certain, though, the market isn't looking too green this morning. We'll talk all about it. We'll take a look at where the action is in the market and a big earnings report tonight. Micron Technologies. Don't miss it, team. We'll take a look at a little bit of a review before that comes in tonight. Take a look and let's get to the action. It's Trade the Pool. What up out there, traders? Let's get to the action. You guys know where you're at. Trade the Pool, of course. We'll take a look at the action right now going on. And of course, you guys can see charts all around me, guys. Platform set up, ready to go, ready to keep coming after it. And of course, the trading evals. I got the day trading. I got the swing. Let me know how it's going for you guys in the chat. I'm always here battling along with you. We're here for the journey, right? It's got to enjoy the journey. Let's enjoy it together. All right, let's take a look at what we got today. Of course, we'll take a look at the gapper scanner, volume thrust, and some of these names are interesting to see. Yesterday, one of our top plays that we were looking at to do, right? A Carnival Cruise, looking for that to reverse to the upside. What a move yesterday, guys. NCLH, really nice trade. At the end of the day, I took it off at the 1840s, was able to play this from the 1750s, and this was all based on the playbook yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed that action. Now I'm going to look for continuation in NCLH. I'll look for pullbacks back down below 18 to maybe take another shot in NCLH. But the trade plan's still there for it to come back towards that 20. We'll see what happens here, guys. Take a look at this chart. There you guys see it right there, that move that we got back above that 18s. Ended up going up there towards the 1850s, but definitely Carnival Cruise Lines is one of the top ones that I will continue to watch for continuation today. But let's go ahead. Let's take a look around the market. Let's see what we can find. It's going to be a fun day, of course. There's a lot of action. The playbook today, I got to tell you guys right quickly, grab your burritos and get ready, team, because it looks like it's going to be maybe a Chipotle type of morning. Of course, the stock is not down 90% or some crazy number like that. It's just a split, right? So this is a 50-for-1 stock split, now trading at $65. One thing that I'll note, though, is that investors have been trying to get in Chipotle for years and years and years, guys. It's been such a high-priced stock that I want to watch it today, because now investors can come after it at prices where it was back in 2010. Of course, non-split adjustment, right? Because if it's a split adjustment, it's going to be higher than that $65, right? But this is one thing to kind of look out for now is, can we start getting some investors to come in here? Can we actually get people that want to trade Chipotle? Because normally this is more of an investment vehicle where it's such high priced. You only are seeing more investors to get in versus your traders. But let's see what happens today on Chipotle, CMG, guys. Definitely smash the like out there. You guys are joining the show today. Don't forget, like always, guys, in the mornings, we do our watch list here. So if you guys want to do watch lists with me, jump into the chat. Let me know what stocks you see are moving. We'll take a look. We'll get the setup right. We'll look for where the support is, where the resistance, if there's a pattern there for us to trade. Let me know what you guys are seeing. All right, let's keep going. Out of the Chipotle action, of course, we'll see how the burritos trade this morning. It's already getting a little bit of a lift there. 65.50 to 66. Could have been trading that in the pre-market. I'll be looking for pullbacks back below the 65 and then a quick recovery on Chipotle. We'll see what happens there. CMG, of course, this is on the playbook. Let's keep going on the playbook. Let's go to Shopify, as this was one that we were watching just a couple of days ago. And what were we watching it for? Well, you guys remember the announcement with Target and AI mentioned. So that started getting going, but it was pretty much sideways action off of that report. Now I'm starting to see this start to prop. This looks like a nice little move here. You can see like this rounding bottom, kind of a cup and handle pattern, and a big gap zone to go for. So now we're going to take a look to see if it's going to get into that gap zone. Of course, I've been watching this for a little while now. Created this on the 24th, right? A couple of days ago. Now let's start seeing if we can fill some of this gap back to the upside, especially the 67, 66, going to be an important level to watch for. Today, I'll be looking for quick pullbacks closer towards 65 and then looking for this to break through 66. If it just goes through right out the gates, I'll be looking for pullbacks there. But Shopify, definitely on the radar. One stock that I look for it to continue in strength that I don't want to see completely break down is Amazon. So if Amazon could get back through this 190 high, start making a move to 200, that's also going to give me a little bit of strength to look for Shopify. And if I wanted to, I could also look at Amazon for that 190 break. All right, let's keep going to the next one here, which is going to be Rivian. Rivian coming in with some big news this morning as we're getting a deal and a partnership with Volkswagen. Looks like it could be a convertible note for $1 billion to start with a kind of a way to work it up to $5 billion here for Rivian. So let's see what this does for Rivian now. It definitely shook up the chart. You kind of had like this inverse head and shoulders. You already kind of filled a gap to the left-hand side. That I do want noted because I can look for pullbacks to that spot to then see a throwback look, right? So we filled this gap. I'm actually going to be looking for areas right here to see if we can get a pullback opportunity towards the 15 today. That's going to be the level that I'd be looking for. Right now, we're at 1648. A move up here, yes, I could play it on the 16, but a cut down below 16 towards that 15 would probably wash me out. So I'm actually going to be looking for those traders to be washed out, and I'll be looking to pick that back up. We'll see what happens there on Rivian. Not a bad trade, guys. Like always, smash the like. The playbook brought to you every single morning, and check it out on our course, our Trade the Pool on X. I know that you guys are watching right now on X. Take a look at that post. We try to get this out every single morning for you guys before 8:15 so that you guys can get ready for the market, know what's moving, and know why it's moving, right? Then we get to the sunrise. Let's get to the sunrise report. There's some more news out there. Of course, we're going to be watching Micron Technologies tonight after they report, and they're up right now. They've been climbing and climbing for the year. So let's see if this can continue to climb and break back through the 52-week high. We got a, 157.54. We'll be taking a look at. Let me take a look at the earnings outlook here for you guys. So I just want to give you guys what the expected numbers are. And like always, you guys can do this by checking out Benzinga Pro. Shout out to them. Probably definitely one of the best calendars available out there for you guys. So if you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Right now, the earning estimates are for EPS to be at 49 cents. And the estimated revenue to be at 6.63. So you're going to be looking to see what happens tonight when this stock reports. Like always, we can catch that. I'm going to be talking to the Trade the Pool team, trying to get you guys some more earnings calls so that you guys can tune in to those. Would you guys be interested in that action? Please let me know in the comments below, or just hit up the chat saying, hell yeah, I'm down to listen to some trading calls and some earnings calls with the Trade the Pool team. It's always good to kind of catch it. All right, let's keep going, team. What other ones are going in the market today? Of course, you'll see in one of the biggest movers of the morning, right? That's going to be in FedEx this morning. We were talking about this yesterday. Would FedEx get the nice little lift? It had run into the move and was starting to curl here off the 250. Volume was starting to come in, and boom, there she goes, right back towards this resistance high, and now starting to kind of peak towards that. I think that, you got to be a little bit careful now that we're all the way up there to the 290s, but really nice levels to watch for as we start to approach the break here. Now, I'd be looking for a little bit of pullback action because it seems like it's a little bit too much too fast, but FedEx really getting going here. Earnings came in pretty well. They beat on EPS, sales estimates, and plans a $2.5 billion buyback. This is also really good to see for the overall economy when FedEx usually does well. It's a good sign for the economy staying strong. I wonder how that'll affect UPS this morning. Of course, you guys see it this morning kind of trading up a little bit off of that spike from FedEx, but can it get back through that 139 is going to be an important level to watch for. We're not the only ones watching that level. It seems like there's a lot of bottoming on this chart right around this level of the 135. And you can see here how every time you've gotten towards that move back towards the 140, you failed it. Let's see if we can close back through 140 on UPS today as a separate play off FedEx. I always like to look at the relationships and show you guys that this is what I feel like is an important edge, right? We can't really kind of get the edge on FedEx, but maybe we can get an edge on another integrated shipping and logistics stock. So staying in the industry and looking to see what happens. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to the next stock. Of course, we've talked about Rivian, but let's just take a quick peek. Of course, this morning, that news is going to be important. We'll see if it does pull back to that 15 spot. Let's go to the ITB as I talk a little bit about home prices. As home prices show a increase and a 6.3% in April year over year, as home prices continue to rip to the new highs. We'll see what happens with these home builders. Can it continue to just keep on pushing? I mean, take a look at Toll Brothers since essentially 23. It's up about, 140%. These stocks have definitely been booming. We'll see what happens when they actually start to pull back a little bit. Right now, I mean, you had a pullback to kind of look at, but you don't see much turning on the action right now. It's more kind of downside action. So we'll see what happens there. Lennar is another one that you guys can take a look at. This one almost getting to the 200 EMA. Maybe that's where you find a little bit of some support, and then you can start peeling back towards the 160. We'll see what happens there in Lennar. All right, let's go to Google, or what you guys are watching probably right now, right? Who's watching on YouTube? Let me know in the chat, guys. And you guys on X, don't tell Elon I said this, but YouTube, killing it, guys. The best streaming out there. And this just goes to show you the next kind of generation and what we're going to be seeing in content, right? So YouTube is dominating the US viewership. It has capturing 9.7% of all TV viewership. And this was according to the Gauge, the report, the largest share for any streaming platform, even larger than Netflix. Yes, I said that, right? So that's a crazy number to kind of get above. Netflix is at 7.6. So YouTube definitely destroying things. And what does this tell us? This tells us also what type of content is being appreciated. And what do I mean by that? I talk about this all the time with my friend, and he starts talking to me about ESPN and, well, maybe can ESPN bets gets things back together and good in ESPN. And I say, that's the old TV, man. TV has changed. And now it's all about user-generated content. What you're watching right now, Money Mitch, right? Because the truth is that we're all looking for true transparency. And when we watch TV and these, these programs that are run by the big media companies, we just don't appreciate the non-transparency, the misinformation that's fed to us. And that's what it's all about. I think that's why you're seeing the shift. But you guys let me know what you guys think about it in the chat, and let's keep it going, team. All right, catching up with you guys out there this morning. Good morning out there. Yash, how we doing, man? The first trader. Hello, Mr. Boogie. Boogie Woogie in the house. You know it. Never going to miss out. Can we look at a fib golden zone levels? Yeah, I can actually do that, first trader. I can do fibs for you. I just don't like to confuse traders that much on that, but I got no problem with it. Like, let's say, like for Rivian, right? So for Rivian, I would say that this recent move, you can see from like this down point, maybe a swing towards this 1888 this morning. And then I'd look for, I like 50% retracement. Some people are looking at the golden, right? Golden zone levels. That's going to be your kind of your 61.8, your 32.2 right here, somewhere in between that. I really like the 50% spot, and look where I put the circle. It's right around the 200 exponential. So between the 50 and the 61.8 is one of my favorite areas to look for retracements. But I can do that too, first trader. Smash a like on that. Let's get it going, team. Let's go. Let's go. It's a great morning for us. Let's go. You know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool, guys. Smash the like. We got a lot more for you guys today. Let's keep it going, team. So much more for us to take a look at. Let's go keep it going on the Sunrise Report. Next up, automotive sales. Let's take a look at Tesla, as I've been looking for a breakout in Tesla. We got some news this morning, not the best news in automotives, as Cox Automotive projects U.S. sales growth to slow down in the second half of 2024, ending the year at 15.7 million units, a 1.3% increase from 2023. Watch to see how this affects Ford, GM today. GM starting to come down, Ford starting to come down. So those give me a little bit weary about this Tesla move, but we've been looking for this move for a little while now. I misplayed this earlier in the week, should have had around 181, 182s as a swing trade. Would be looking good right now, up about $5, waiting for the breakout above 190 and looking to sell some into that break. So with this being said, I can look at the day trade side of things and see if we can get that breakout above 190. You can always get pullbacks in the 9 EMA right now, and if that holds, that's kind of levels to look for pullbacks. That's going to be the pullback into this spot right here. We'll see what happens if we do get that pullback. That's back down to 183.43. Or do we get a break above this closing price or opening price around the 188.11, right? That's going to be important to look for. Can we get a move back through Monday's high, also 188.80? There's a lot of action in that 188. Let's get towards the 190 close and start to see Tesla really look like an inverse head and shoulders and approach this Monday, April 29th high of 198.87. That's going to be a big level. And one thing to keep in mind, right? Tesla's robotic day. That's what you really want to keep an eye out. Robotaxi is coming, guys. So you don't want to miss that. That's going to be happening in just a little bit, right? I mean, it's coming up here. So you don't want to miss the Robotaxi day, guys. That's going to be on August 8th. So this is what it's all about, guys. Tesla's set to launch the Robotaxis, and this is why I feel this stock is going to be one of the best swings that I talk about for this quarter. We'll see what happens. This is the information, and a lot of times what happens is there's a front run of the event, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news, guys. Where do you guys get this? Right here on Trade the Pool, of course. Smash the like if you guys enjoy getting information like this. Really, they're not talking about this on CNBC this morning. They're not talking about this on the other media sites on Bloomberg, right? Right here on Trade the Pool, you get some good value, baby. Let's keep going, team. Let's see what else is out there. Let's keep it going on the Sunrise Report. The next one up is General Mills. General Mills is having earnings this morning. And wow, man, from going from this little peak to the upside to a nice takedown today, as it's down there to $64. Earnings came in here at $1.01, beat the estimates, but sales missed the 4.71 billion estimate, now down to $64. We'll see what happens if packaged food starts to break down. So overall, we can take a look at some different areas in this spot, of course, like KHC, Kraft Heinz, starting to pull back. Defensive names were starting to make a little bit of a lift. And as you guys can see, they were trying to prop a little bit, but now starting to get smacked down a little bit there. We'll see what happens on names like Procter & Gamble, Colgate, Palmolive. That has been flying high. Maybe finally you start to see this turnaround. This one hasn't been doing as good, of course, but we'll stay focused on those right there. In, of course, packaged foods. Packaged foods not looking the best right now. As you can see, it's been on a pullback compared to how it's been in Colgate Palmolive, which is household personal products. That's actually been doing well. We'll see what happens there. It's always important to know the industries inside of sectors. That's one place that you can find some edge. Let's keep it going, guys, as Whirlpool is definitely getting a big spike this morning as shares rise on reports that Robert Bosch is considering a bid on this company, and we'll see what happens with this. I didn't see a price number for this, but WHR up there almost to 105 could continue to go. Be careful for a 100 cut down and then a recovery of that 100, but not a bad move if you're an investor in Whirlpool this morning. Getting a nice little spike back. We'll see what happens on this one. This one's made a big pullback, almost back to the pandemic numbers and starting to bounce. All right, let's keep it going, guys. I got 2 more to go here, and then we'll take a look at some penny names. We'll get towards the market. We'll take a look at maybe some pre-market trading action. Definitely smash the like for that. And if you guys have anything on your radar, throw it up, man. I'm going to be definitely getting through it, and this is your chance to take a look at some analysis. Robinhood this morning, getting a little bit of a spike up there. It was upgraded to outperform by Wolf Research with a 29 price target. So just to kind of mention that. And Hood has been turning things around, right? Maybe we can get towards that 30, 29. We'll see what happens on Hood. Definitely holding kind of the 9 EMA, just broke below it, now recovers it. I'd be looking for that to hold on pullbacks 22, 25. Let's see what else is going on there. Last one here, guys. Take off, no, take down here on Love Southwest Airlines getting smacked this morning. And this puts me on alert for maybe a potential short in DAL and other airlines. But let's go back to Love as they lowered Q2 revenue expectations, now predicting for a decline of 4% to 4.5%. This morning getting a spike down towards the lower level of 25.53, now starting to climb back. I'd be looking for this maybe to do a little bit of a spike and then potentially another takedown. So back towards like pre-market support around this 28.38. Get that spike up there and then let them smack it right back down. We'll see what happens on Love. If it comes back, definitely back to the 27s would be interesting. We'll see if this keeps coming down. Delta Airlines is another one that I'm going to be looking for breakdowns. I've been waiting to see if this would break down. It made a huge run, has been fighting, trying to get back above the 50, now starting to really let it go. This one doesn't look too bad. I'll be looking for potential break of the $48 spot today and maybe leading down towards this low from Friday of $47.42. We'll see what happens there on Delta. United Airlines also very similar chart, and we already know the warning that's come out of American Airlines. So this just shows me also this decline that we're seeing like in American. This is definitely interesting, and it's going down pretty fast, man. American is almost at, and you guys can see it right here, guys. It's almost below the pandemic low, and it's not too far away, $9. If it gets below that, someone call me, because I want some American Airlines in my investment portfolio. We'll see what happens, guys. Definitely smash the like. And if you guys out there joining in on X, don't forget, you guys can click it and drop in some comments or come over to YouTube and we'll take a look at your stocks that you're going to maybe trade today. It's always good to see you guys in the chat. We got any new traders in the chat? I'm always looking for some new traders. Tell me hello. Tell me your name, man. Come hang out with me. It's always good to see you. All right, let's keep going. Let's see one last one here. There was one that sneaked by me. That's VSTO. This is not one that I talk about often, but Vista Outdoors is jumping after MNC Capital Partners increased its all-cash offering to $42 per share. So this one will be moving all around, but if it's at $42 a share, if they accept that, of course, this one could get an instant spike towards that level. So now you got the arbitrage style traders definitely taking a look at this. I'm going to be trying to watch to see if it can get back towards that 42. We'll see what happens. Right now, I'd definitely be looking for slight cut downs below 37s and seeing if it could take the next level. You can see how this morning you had a slight cut down through it towards 36.70s. Those are the types of cut downs that I'd be looking for. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, definitely smash it up out there. Bullseye, what's up, man? What you looking at? Ready to trade live on Mondays? Hey, get after it, Bullseye. I like how you're waiting to Monday, fresh week. Wish you the best, man. Stick right here. I'll be with you, man. We'll keep battling together. That's what it's all about. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Vista Outdoors, Sunrise Report. Like always, guys, you guys can catch this in the morning. And for all our Trade the Pool Discord users, catch it in the trading watch list area in the morning. Of course, if you don't have our Discord, check it out, guys. It's definitely a fun room. I hang out there all the time, guys, and you guys can check it out. The trade watch list area gives you that Sunrise Report every morning. Check it out, team. Get on the Discord side of things. Join us. You guys can always hit me up there. And, of course, we have Tim there, a lot of users there to help you guys, and a lot of information there. So if you're not using it, hey, guys, I'm always here to give you guys informational edge, and there's definitely a place to get it. go to the Discord. My man Tim works very hard on continuing to push that to the next level. All right, Trader Life, what's up out there? What's cracking, man? What's cracking? Where's the money, Mitch? MLGO, pop and fade. Oh, man, that MLGO yesterday, it hit me a little bit hard, but, man, this stock has been completely rocketing, man. It's up there past 15 towards 1630s. Can you get back to 20, or will 15 start to act as a potential resistance and come back down? Right now, it's acting as support, really. So I'd say pay attention to that 15 later today. If it cracks down through that level, I don't like it as much. But if it can hang out here and get up there towards the 20, yeah, you're going to have traders all over this. We'll see what happens there on MLGO. Yeah, come join in the Discord. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see, you guys. And definitely, if you haven't done so already, join the Discord. There's no reason why you shouldn't be in it. It's not like we're charging you. So get in there, get some free information, guys. And of course, join some value. Talk to us. Find some traders that can help you. We're all looking for trading friends. That's one place you can definitely find some. All right, let's take a look around. Let's go towards the penny stocks this morning, guys. Let's go to our gapper scanner, of course, brought to you by Trade Ideas. And of course, you guys can be using the tools like Trade Ideas and all the different tools that we have on Trade the Pool. That's why I show you guys these, especially because the truth is, there's some of the best out there in the business. There's really not much that is out there that we don't have. So definitely smash the like for that. OPTX is one of the top trades this morning. We'll see what happens here. It's had a couple of rises and drops, right? And so what I always look for is for that third rise and drop to start to hold, right? So we have this first up, first pullback, second up, second pullback, right? Third up, third pullback. From that point on, I don't want to see that wick broken here, guys. This is this wick right here in the pre-market. You got this wick down to 661. Now we're starting to recover and looking hot here. So I like this little turnaround here. I'd maybe be looking for a 7 pullback if this doesn't go right now through 8. But does this look good? Yes, it does look good this morning. Now the only question is, can it hold this recent trend break? Maybe a throwback look towards the 730s right now, and then takes off to 8. Does this look good? Yeah, looks interesting for me right now. I'll tell you that. I'm going to be watching it. That's one of the top watches today, OPTX. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at what else is out there. Gave myself a cushion today before the market opens on WENA. I love to hear that, Yash. That's what we talk about all the time, man. If you're able to get yourself a nice cushion and then get into the trading day with a nice confident move, there you guys see it, WENA up there to 463. Shout out to you for mentioning that one, Yash, and I wish you the best today, using your cushion wisely and hopefully ending nice green, baby. Get after it, Yash. All right, what else is out there? Let's see what else we got here on the tape. CNSP. Yesterday, guys, I was able to take this trade, and I made a small little gain on this one, but should have made a big one as this one popped to $4. And I was not at the desk, team, when this happened. It happened right around 12. I was eating lunch, and that lunch cost me because that could have been easily a nice $200 winner that eventually came back and stopped me out for a small win. But CNSP definitely on the alert today. It's pulled back below 2, so maybe this one has just given up. But like always, going to put it on the radar. Let's keep going. Another one that was moving yesterday, VLCN, Volcon, auto manufacturer. This one looks like the Zap trade. Zap trade, of course, you guys remember that. That was moving up and down, and then eventually started moving right back down. So we'll see what happens on this Volcon today. Definitely pulling back. Having kind of like a symmetrical triangle here. Really not that symmetrical, but we'll see if it comes back here towards support layers. Of course, you got a couple of support layers here right underneath. I'd be looking to see if it hits the third layer and then comes back. That's closer towards the 563 level. So don't forget that you could get some wicks down and then a move back to the upside with this one. We'll see what happens on VLCN. Smash the like out there, traders. It's good to see you guys. We got over 50 of you guys. Let's see if we can get some other trades in here that you're watching today, especially all my people out on X. Hit the show. Hit the comments. Let me know. What are you taking a look at? All right, let's go ahead. Let's go towards the next couple of stocks. And we've got a lot more that we can go through. Of course, you see WHR that was on the scanners today. FedEx showing up. That's definitely going to be one to watch. UPS is definitely one to watch also. See if it starts to get the lift back there towards the 138s. Had a spike in the morning. All right, let's get through it. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that I'm watching today. Of course, Affirm is definitely on my radar, but I'm looking for pullbacks at 32. Yesterday, I did get a little bit of pullback action, but not enough for me. So continuing to look to try to get a little bit of this Affirm, especially back towards the 9 EMA. And where's the 9 EMA? 31.98. You guys hear me mention this often, and I'm going to be trying to be consistent with it because that's the truth. That's what we're all trying to do, is find some consistency in our trading, right? One of it is the approach. The approach for me, 9 EMA pullbacks, especially after a momentum push, always great levels for me to look for that pullback buy. Like always, you guys choose to see if this is a good level for you. But I always try to give you guys a little bit of my edge. I hope you guys are able to use it. Just go ahead and take a look to see if we get those kind of pullbacks opportunities on Affirm. So Palantir is another one that I'll be kind of keeping an eye on to see what happens with this one as it's pulled back and kind of holding here. It's trying to get some volume to really get going. What I like is that it's holding this trend line here approach from the first kind of move. You kind of broke through it and then recovered it. So now I'd be looking for it to touch that line, 24, hold 24 pullbacks, eventually taking out this 2650s. We'll see what happens on Palantir. Can it really just get rocking and rolling? Big levels to watch is 28 and 30. Once the stock gets through there, we could actually make a big move on Palantir. Of course, AI name, something to keep on the radar. All right, let's keep it going, team. There's always other stocks in the market that have been doing well. Chewy's been one that's just been an absolute rocket, so be careful out there, traders, as this one loves to get all the way up towards the upside and then turn right back down. And if we take a look here, just recently we got that spike into the 80s and then we continued going. So maybe look for one more attempt here towards the upper 80s, 90s on the RSI, and that could be the turnaround. But for right now, Chewy is not stopping. It's pretty strong right now. It's up there in the morning, but like I've mentioned, this one's about to do the bullish golden cross, and we kind of drew this right here looking for it on the 21st. It's now the 26th, continuing to try to get that golden cross. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's keep it going. Noli is in the house. What's up out there, man? Looking at Rivian, Pan W, love Carvana. Yeah, Carvana definitely going to be one to kind of keep a watch. That was yesterday's radar. Also looking for a continuation back towards the high. And what you get, boom, right back to it, guys. Look at that. Right to this high, guys. I was talking about, can we close back through kind of this 122.97? And yeah, we got through it. We got towards this high, 129. Yesterday's high, 129.41. So not a bad move there in Carvana. One of the top plays yesterday. I wasn't able to nail it, but I hope somebody was. That was a 7% move. That's what it's all about, guys. That's why I put out the playbook. I can't tell you guys to press the button, nor will I ever. But one thing's for certain, I'm going to tell you guys what I see in the market. Smash the like, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's see what else we got out there. Carvana, we'll look for that pullback. See if maybe we get a pullback back down towards hourly levels. So when a stock gets strong on the hourly like this, where it's just a continuous climb, I'm looking for pullbacks where I see kind of multiple resistance touch. So right here, we got a little bit of some sideways touch. I'd be looking for pullbacks back towards 121. That'd be the level that I'd be looking on Carvana. Another way to do this, someone mentioned it this morning. What about the fibs? Maybe you get the recent run on that move there, looking for 50% retracement. Well, that's 120.33 or towards the golden of 118.07, somewhere in there. Doesn't make a bad choice either, right? Like always, there's multiple levels to look for. We'll see if it gets back into that spot, and Carvana makes a little bit of a pullback and another continuation move through the 130. Do you think that traders should use a hard stop? Bullseye, bringing in some really interesting conversation this morning. It's close to the trading bell, but I'll take a quick question on this one. This is not a bad one to talk about. And really, when it comes to hard stop, I think what you need to understand a little bit more is how market dynamics work, right? And so you need to do a little bit more research into understanding that to make the best decision in this, because it's all going to defer back to you, right? How do your orders go through? Are you using payment for order flow? Are you using things like this? This all comes into play. So as traders, what do we need to know? We need to know how the market dynamics work. Do the hard work and researching to understand how that works is so important. This can help you get an advantage, right? At the end of the day, there are market makers. There is going to be things like kind of like what's talked about in the market about like stop loss hunting, things like that. There's nothing wrong with having hard stops. At least you guys see me use them all the time. The truth is that you have to know how to get around the volatility of those kind of actions, right? And there's always bigger traders, right, that are trading within some range. And this is why people use things like Bookmap to try to give themselves an advantage to know where those liquidity pools are. So shout out to my man Scott somewhere. I know he's out there yelling, the liquidity pools, Mitch, the liquidity pools. Well, that's what it's all about, team. So, hey, I would definitely start learning a little bit more about that market dynamics to make the best decision here on this. But you see me using my stops. It's not like when I come off, I don't use stops. The key is if you don't give yourself enough room and you're right near the price action, you can get that order to get hit. Because the truth is you're putting that supply underneath there, and sometimes the algorithm is going to be able to grab some of that supply. So start to learn into this. There's not one way, but something to learn on. All right. Use them at key levels. The problem with using them as key levels, and I'll just give you the insight. So like if everybody's putting their stop at 10, right? The trader that probably put it down towards like 975, he's giving himself that opportunity for the stock to come here, hit those stops, trigger, pull down towards, let's say, like 990, and then recover that 10 right back up. This happens often. So at key levels, yes, you can play stops, but remember, if I'm placing the stop where everyone's placing the stop, that gives it even more probability to get attacked. That's one thing I'll just say. Like always, you gotta have to look into this and learn a little bit more. Talk to experienced traders that have dealt with this issue. Maybe you might find a new avenue. Have a good one, Bullseye. I'm always trying to help you out, man, and I wish you the best. Definitely smash the like if you enjoy it. All right, Oscar, what's up out there? Oscar Vasquez, what's up, man? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. I think you're a new one in the chat. I haven't seen you before, and let me know what you're looking at this morning. I don't mind taking a look. All right, let's get back to the stock market action. What do we got out there? Hey, do you think Trade the Pool should give some benefits specifically to scalpers? Hey, Yash, don't worry. I'll tell you what. This is a great conversation to bring tomorrow, Yash. Tomorrow, what do we have? None other than, of course, Michael Katz joining us. We'll have our CEO from Trade the Pool joining us, and we can ask questions like this. These are the questions I want you to bring tomorrow, Yash. So I'm not going to answer it right now, because this is something that we'll talk about tomorrow. Let's bring these types of questions. If you guys want to know about Trade the Pool, talk about what is in the works, talk about what we can do for you guys, the opportunities, right? And what we present. Don't miss tomorrow, as I, of course, get joined by Michael here, and smash the like for that. I'm sure I'll still try to sneak a little trade from him. We'll find out. All right, let's see what else is out there. Let's see if we can get a nice trade today on the pullback, guys, as the SPY continues to cut down here in the pre-market. Look at this action, guys. This was up there at 405 this morning, now down to 543. We are dropping and dropping fast this morning. Look at NVIDIA. Was at 128. It went down to 124, guys. So this looks like a little bit of a washout to me already. And that's where it gets hard. Because when stuff washes out in pre-market, it's very hard to expect that we get this continuation low through the open. So this is where it gets very difficult, right? So I'm going to be watching to see what happens. SOXS, of course, ripping all this morning, now towards 23s, up about $1. So it's hard to come after this, right? Because there's not many ways to come after it unless you are trading in the pre-market. OPTX, one to continue to watch. It tried to prop above that 780s, now coming back for that $7 attempt. We could see an attempt towards the 650s and then the recovery. This is one on the radar, team. It did do that fake out area. Kind of felt like this was a little bit of a fake out to the upside. It was looking like it. We'll see if it comes back there towards the 8 today. One on the radar, OPTX. And of course, a small cap name. Kevin, what's up out there, man? Thoughts on Bros and Amazon? Amazon, I talked a little bit about it earlier. I'm watching for sharp continuation to the upside, but Amazon looks good for maybe potentially a run to 200. The only key is that we need to break through these highs that we've touched, what, 2-3 times. You guys know how I am with the rule of 3 on this fourth attempt. If we go up there one more time, we got to break through, get towards the 200. If not, the fail could be back down to support, back to closer towards, let's say, 181s, 180s. We'll see what happens there on Amazon. But Bros, of course, the Dutch Bros restaurant, of course. I was trying to buy this in the 30s. I'm not going to lie. I kind of messed up and just didn't hold on to it there. But that was back here. So it would have probably cut me out on this downturn to 26, where we came right back down. So I'm going to be looking to see what happens with Dutch Bros. Of course, this is one that I believe in the long run. The only question is, can they get it right and fast? They are struggling. And what I would pay attention to Bros is look into the earnings reports, and I'm looking for same store sales to start uptrend. So the fundamentals need to change for me to really take swings in Bros. Other than that, I could trade it technically, but I do see some issues in the fundamental, and that's why it even came down in the first place. Now, do I like the attention, the hype of Dutch Bros? Hell yeah. I would love to see Dutch Bros expand across the United States, because I think that this is definitely a company that could compete with a Starbucks. Yes, I said it. It could compete with Starbucks in the long run. The only thing is they need some growth, and they need those same store sales to start the uptrend. All right, let's keep going. Bullseye, I don't love when you place a hard stop if you want to sell some. Yeah, I mean, hard stops aren't the best. You're showing your hand, Bullseye. So it's up to you. You know what I mean? It really comes down to the way that you want to trade. It also can be used as protection. And so we'll talk a little bit about that today. What's a protective stop versus a real stop that I want to be triggered, right? We'll talk a little bit about that coming up. Future day trader billionaire, what's up out there, man? What are we getting our billion on today with, man? Let me know. What's your top trade of the day? All right, let's go to, of course, let's keep it going. Let's go take a look at GME. Something's telling me, don't forget it, Mitch. Don't forget it. So one thing I'll be watching today is, does this start to get out of this hourly range that we've been in? When GME has been in an hourly range, as we've broken out of it recently, that's when we really start to get going. Of course, you remember here from the 20th to the 28th, we were in this hourly range, and then eventually we got this pop on the 28th. It pulled back, and then we started getting the gaps back to the upside. So, well, I'll be looking to see if we can make a move right back towards, let's say, 26, 27, a pop back there, and then looking to see maybe the gap back up towards 30, right? So this is definitely one that's going to be more speculative on how you see the chart. But GameStop, I'm personally not forgetting it. I'm not trading it right now, but hey, I'll tell you one thing. I'm keeping it on the radar, especially as it goes sideways. When things get sleepy, that's when I start to pay attention, because when it comes out of that sleepiness, the volume can follow. All right, you can't see service side hard stops on level 2s. Well, hey, Bullseye, I mean, hey, man, I'm telling you, just keep doing the research. You're going to find your answer. But, hey, I see you working on it, man. I see you looking into things. That's what it's all about. All right, let's keep going. What else is out there? I'm definitely going to be looking at to see what happens with the overall market action this morning. Mara is still on my radar, guys. I lost a good amount on Mara yesterday, but that doesn't mean that I stopped watching it. So many traders will try to take a trade. They lose on that trade. And then when they come back, they realize that the trade kind of worked out. It just took a little bit later in their timing. So for me today, going to be watching to see if we get a cut down right back below the 19. That was the level to watch for yesterday. Will we cut back towards the 1840s? And the reason also to kind of keep an eye on this is the Bitcoin price overall, right? We're at 61,000, 61,400, looking to see if we're going to break the 60,000 spot. We went there on Monday. We break down back into the 50,000 spot, and you're going to be really starting to look for these to kind of break down. If we start to get a big boom in Bitcoin, I don't mind going back to these names, but right now it isn't looking good. And with the Qs struggling and the SPY kind of pulling back a little bit, That also doesn't make me feel too confident about those names to the upside. All right, we're getting a couple other ones showing up on the scanners, but definitely OPTX still the top name today. We'll see what happens on this one, as it's been kind of loading in on the hourly, trying to make that move. I'm just looking for some quick pullbacks on this. Right now, still holding in on that 7 spot. We'll see if it takes the next level and go to 750s. But this one definitely is going to be on the radar. We'll see if we're able to nail it. All right, catching up with you guys. What's up out there? Looks like not so many action on stocks. You guys don't want me to take a look? I'll take a look at my trading action, and maybe we take a trade here in the pre-market before the bell. It's 9:16, almost 9:17 here, guys. We got about, 13 minutes for the bell. Let's take a look at OPTX, see if we want to do a 7 little run right now and just get this going. And then it's already at 750 before the bell. If I do take this trade here, it would have to hold off this kind of 690 kind of bottom level. You see how there's a lot of wicks here? So there's 1 attempt to break down. It comes back up. 2 attempts to break down, 3. And then right here, tried to break down, but reversed out of that 690 area. So if I could get right now, maybe right below 7 or close to 7, risk off that 690s. It doesn't look too bad here for the morning type of trade. Let's see if we can maybe get a smaller trade. I'm not going to go too big here because this is definitely kind of pushing it a little bit. But let me see if I can get 7 here. Just take a little quick ride up, and then I'll look to go ahead and kind of just take a quick profit towards a break of 725 to the 750s. Let's see if we can get it, team. Rivian went crazy yesterday. Yeah, it definitely went crazy. Marcelo, LRHC, I got you. I'll take a look at that right now. Just give me a second here. When nice move. Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. It looks like Yash was able to make a nice cushion off of that one. So shout out to you, Yash. All right, there's that 698. I'm going to try to get a little entry here, guys. I got the 698s there. Just got to go ahead and just continue to watch there. It's only 200 shares, so I don't got to go too crazy here. But let's see if this takes a nice little upturn here and then keeps going. I'll go ahead and I'll have the 680s ready to get out if I need to. I really want to see the 690s hold and then just jump right back towards the 750s here. Let's see if we can get that recovery. You guys see it here. Long 698, smash a like. You guys come in every single morning. Bring your A game. We got the rest covered here. Let's keep it going. Trade the pool. All right, guys. So taking my first little trade this morning. We'll see how this works out. Of course, there's still the next layer to go to, right? The 659s. If that does happen, that's a later move for it to come back up. But I think if we get back here, especially towards these highs, we could push through going towards the 8. We'll see what happens here. Now we're starting to recover the 7. Will they take it through the 725? 707 has 1,000 shares there, just sitting up there. Let's see if this can really start pushing. I don't see too much wall towards 735. That's another outlook that I'm taking a look at. And I'm using what? The market depth right there on Trade the Pool. Check it out, team. All right, let's see if we can get just a little run, right? I'm not looking for nothing big. I just went 200 shares. It's pre-market. I'm just looking to get a little bit of some cushion for the day. Let's see if we can get it here. All right, like always, have the out ready for me. This is my out box. What I mean by out box is that at the end of the day, if I want to get out, I'm probably using this one. If I want to go ahead and take some profits or add, I'd use the top box. This is going to be set up for taking ads, taking profits here towards the move. So above 725, I can start to take some profits like 730s and then look for the big push through the 750s. That's not a bad outlook here. So as we start to pop, let's say 725, 728, I'll throw out that 730 and I wait to put it out there. Bullseye. Shh. You know how you do it, man. I'm going to be waiting to put it out there. And you don't see a stop out there right now, right? But I have my out level ready to go. Especially pre-market, you got to be careful with the spread opening up a little wider, right? 11 cents right now. And it could open up a little wider than that. So with this being said, you have to understand where the spread is wide, the volatility. Remember, they can come and get us if we don't understand that volatility and don't understand the expansion here. Another thing to use, and let's go ahead and let's take another learning lesson this morning. 707 is already getting a little move here. Now I just need to see the 725 show up there. And as that spikes through, I'll take some profit and then look for the rest, break even, right? Don't let it go after that break even, Mitch. You guys yell at me if I lose on this trade after taking wins. But that's what it's all about, guys. I always try to stick to my rules. But let's take a look at the ATR. Let me go ahead and try to add that for you so you guys can learn a little bit more about a different indicator that you guys can be using. All right, so the ATR, let me see if I can get it up here. Indicators, let's just use average true range. There it is, guys. So the average true range is something that we can be using to understand risk. I think that this is an important outlook to start using, right? And start learning a little bit more about. Here's a little pullback towards the 85. Just kind of make sure we don't cut through the 80s here. If anything, I can get out and adjust here. But definitely ATR is one thing that I do want to teach you guys a little bit more about. There's a little bit of a cut through down towards the 676. Got to get ready to get out just in case here as we start to kind of come down here. 670 is definitely the ultimate stop. What I mean by protective stops, something like this, right? At this point, I definitely don't want to see 670s break here because it's going to wash me out, right? So I can go ahead and set the 670 stop, right? It already wicked through there. Let me go ahead and separate it. And you see how the spread is 15, 16 now. It's opening up. It's widening here. It's widening also to grab some of that downside action pull, right? So you got to be a little bit careful. As I start to see the action hit 75, I can hit the stop. Maybe not show my hand too quickly here. Let's see if it recovers 7 and if it's just a wick down. If the body closes back above the 690s, it's just a wick down attempt, a washout attempt. So let's see if we can get it back up through the 690s, and then I can throw out the 670 stop, as I already know for sure where I want to get out here if it does start to get that downturn. All right, guys, let's keep it going, guys. It's about 9:22. We got about 7 minutes and a half left. 7 minutes and 20 seconds before the bell. Let's keep it going, team. You guys know where you're at. It's trade the pool action. Let's see if this can get started going again. 690 is showing up there. There's some selling there in the 710s, but not much there. Let's see if we can really get going here off the 7 recovery. Still holding in there right now. Not much going on off the 7s, but it did tighten up back to a 7 spread. So that's actually looking good. Here's that 690s recovery back towards 7. Boom. Now I set the stop there. And I always show you guys it. I'm as transparent as can be. There's not too many guys that will show you guys this and actually give you guys where their stop is, because they themselves can get hunted off of that, right? And so there you guys see it. I've placed the stop right there underneath that. Don't want to see that break, that 670. Want to see the 6-7 recovery. And what do you see here? Interesting chart, right? What do you call this? This is called the bar chart. Not always using just candles, guys. Sometimes you can learn something off of changing your bar, your candles, right, into bars. Bars are going to show you the high and low a little bit more. So I can tell that the lows have all been in this area, have recovered. If it breaks through that area, we might want to go. The low here of this 7 kind of, what do we got here? Low is 663. That's the level that if it breaks, it really starts to break down there. So we'll see what happens here. Definitely stop not working there, of course. Why? It's the limit, right? The limit out. Now I got to go ahead and get limit out here, guys. So let's go ahead. Let's get it out here. The spread is winding up here. That's what's going on and really affecting this trade here, as it's now down about to 10 cents here. I'm going to go ahead and just get ready to get out if I need to. It's recovering here, but definitely needed to recover back up there. That was a little bit of a quick move. I was trying to kind of show you guys something there. Let's see if this can recover the 670s. It's back up there. The spread widened out there big, and it just scooped up some volume back towards that 663. So I'm watching for it to come back here now. Now there's that cut down. Look at the spread there, guys. It's widening up. This is the problem with the lower liquidity. Lower liquidity in the pre-market affecting me right now, guys. The spread is widening out there. It's grabbing some volume. Going to maybe cut down attempt here. So definitely going to lose a little bit more than I'm supposed to on this. About $50 is what I was expecting to have the max loss. You can see it right now at the 67. Can I just run through it? Yeah, I can run just getting out of it. But the open is coming soon here, guys. It's about, what, 925, 926 here. It's not working for me, guys. So I'm about to cut it here, guys. Let's see if I can get that 670. You see how it's like spreading out there towards the 680s? Because if it's 680s, closes back there, 690s, I'm looking good. It's just got to spread out there. And that's why I'm glad I came in here with a smaller share size, giving me a little bit of an ability to kind of hang in here versus just cutting really fast. Let's see what happens here. Now it's back to above this Look at that spread there. Now 30 cents wide, 693s by 662. Kind of have to hang in here for a second here to see if I can get it back up towards the 693s. If they take that 693s, it could easily be right back towards the 7s. Let's see if they take it there. This is going to be a battle type of day here, guys. Like always, definitely smash the like. We'll see what happens towards the open. If I could get OPTX to come back. The SPY is still down there also. Has gone down a pretty significant amount this morning, about 0.55%. It's going to be an interesting open here. Let's just keep it watching. There's OPTX back to the 680s, but it's moving all around, guys. Got to be careful out there, as this one's a fast mover, and the spread is what's really kind of the concern here that keeps widening out. All right, guys, what's up out there, guys? The goal is one stock. Let's get after it. Wally, can we take a look at 6? 6 is an interesting one. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at that one. I actually am thinking about this one for a swing trade of Six Flags Entertainment. It's about to close a merger with Cedar Fair. 9 EMA holding well, that $30 spot. That's the spot that I'd like to see hold now. Definitely a nice little pullback day yesterday. Now holding that 30. I'd look for maybe attempts to come back a little bit towards maybe the 30-50s. But I'd like to see 30-50s hold here, start making its way towards 32. That's going to be a real nice bullish close if you're back up there into the 32s for the daily chart, especially because now you got this flag opportunity, right? You see the bull flag. Can we get back up there towards the bull flag high of day up here towards this kind of 32-23s? That'll be the important level to look for the breakout of 6 flags. All right, guys. Trade the pool not working for you, Paul? Definitely reach out to us, man. Mine's working perfect. So if you have some issues, let me know, man. All right, guys. Seeing that OPTX still pulling back down there. It's about to be 9:30, guys. Definitely don't want to see this kind of get back up there. But 9:30 could bring a quick spike down, so I have to protect myself here as we keep moving all around here, right towards the bell. Got to be a little bit careful now. 662 showing up there, 665s. Not looking the best here, guys. Just got to be a little bit careful here because I could get it washed out towards the open. And I don't like to really be in trades right at the bell there. So right now it's starting to get a little bit of a spike back to 670s, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just manage out, guys. I'm managing the trade here. Just took an L there right before the bell, but that's just because the truth is this could wash out even further. I'm not trying to get caught there on that. I'm out at the 670 there, was able to get out. I'll show you guys it right now. Always try to be as transparent as can be, right? So here you guys see it. Down 58, wanted to stick it to 58. Said, you know what? This isn't working for me. The bell can shift this right back through 7. Doesn't mean I can't trade it later, but I'm also not going to push it right now. Let's just go ahead, cut it out. We tried to give it a shot through 7. It kind of faded down and spread widened out, got me out there. Let's see if it starts to come back through 7, and then I can take another opportunity. What's good out there, guys? Definitely smash the like. I have two 32-inch curves, 127 and a 55 for the show. One stock. I'll tell you what, man, I need to show my setup a little bit more, guys. I wish you guys can see it a little bit more. I should take like just a little bit of a picture right quick. Show you guys the action right here, guys. You guys see it, guys. I got a nice little setup too, guys. Let me see if I can get this going full screen for you guys. Look at that, guys. Getting ready. I see you guys up at the top. You guys know it. We're getting after it, team. And I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit more of that behind the scenes look. We're going to be working on bringing some different camera action here. So definitely smash the like. Let's keep it going. Wisdom, what's your top play today? Is oil coming back? We'll take a look at that action. Now you're seeing OPTX trying to curve back here. Remember that 663 level that we were looking at in the pre-market? This level right here, the 661. It's getting underneath it with a couple of wicks. There's the open, guys. There's the bell, guys. Look at the first washout there. That's what I was concerned about. I would have got washed out there. It's time, traders. Be safe out there. Let's get after it, team. All right, traders, let's get after it. Let's see what we can come up with today. First move out the gates there for OPTX, straight down, but it could recover back through the 661. It comes down there towards 624, now trying to recover the 650, 661 level. Let's see if it starts to recover that and make an up move. DM giving me a little bit of an alert. We'll see what happens on that. That's just alerts that are going off. I always try to take a little bit of a peek to see what's going on there. 6 giving me an alert too, guys. So that just means looking for maybe potential pullback opportunities off of that. But the SPY right now, guys, just taking a hard hit here. Let's see if the SPY can bounce back. Will the tech bounce back? You can see here, red day all out the day. This is blood red here, guys. The change is red. And from the open, what do we have in the green? Technology and basic materials. Those are the only ones bouncing back at the time being. I'm looking for names that are going into the green here from the change open. That's going to be important for me. Big down day for today. Defensives taking a big hit. A lot of that GIS, right? General Mills taking a big beating. Will Procter & Gamble go down? Colgate, Palmolive. Those are all names I could look for a little bit of a turnaround and a takedown here. We'll see what happens on that one. It's fading already, Colgate, Palmolive. This one doesn't look too bad here. To maybe take a little bit of a short here right out the gates here. I don't mind it. Just got to hold off this 98.30s here. Let me see if I can get 98.20s or 98.18s here. Maybe look for a cut down back towards 97.80s here. It's already cutting down here. I'm going to look for a little bit of a bounce back here. And then I can go for a takedown attempt, 98.20s, see if I can get it here. All right, so don't mind doing about even 200 at that spot there. I just needed to bounce a little bit back towards 98.20s here. The big thing also is the spread on Colgate Palmolive, so I can look for another option there, but doesn't look too bad here. They can maybe look for this one to kind of cut down. Clorox is another one I can maybe look at. Personal products, I can also take a look at just specifically household or packaged foods, MKC options today to maybe look at that, CAG. But these have all gone down a pretty good amount, so I'm looking for a bounce backs to get short off of them. We'll see what happens here. There's Colgate Palmolive back to that 98.20s here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a spike back here towards that level, and then I'll look for this to kind of cut right back down. All right, just looking for it to get that nice little up move here. There's the 98.17s. I'm trying to get filled here at the 98.20s with 200 shares. Let's see if I can get that fill. So looking for that to come up to maybe like on the offer 26, 28s, and then on the bid 20s, start to see this get the cut down. All right, catching up with you guys in the chat. What are you guys seeing out there? If you guys see anything making a big move, let me know. GM mentioned in the chat. I'll definitely take a look at that. WENA. We'll see what happens. Where's the Chipotle? Where's the burritos going? I'm trying to pay attention to the burritos. That's actually on the pullback here through 64. That's going to be a level to watch to see if we get a recovery. All right, guys, just got that 98.20 short there for CL. You guys see it right here. So let's see if this starts to break down back towards, let's say, 98.28. I can add a little bit more. Let's see if that gets up there. All right, got an ad right above it here. If it does bounce a little bit, I'll be able to get an ad. I'm looking for a takedown back below this 98.87s, and that could really start to bring that takedown right back down. So let's see if this can really start to break back down. Really a recovery of 98.35 is a recovery of the support. It broke through that in the pre-market, looking for another continuation and a pullback on the daily back to the 9, maybe towards the 97.40s as top kind of gain today if it really starts to break down and we have a red day in defensives. Let's see what happens there, team. Definitely looking to see if the takedown is going to continue in the SPY and the Qs. The Qs pulling back there. Technology tried to bounce there right back into the red. So everything red right now. The only thing green is real estate getting a little bit of a bounce, but everything else is red out the gates. Energy to the hard downside there. Defensives. That's what I'm coming after here. Let's see what happens on Colgate Palmolive. All right, little bounce there, nothing much there. Now looking to see Chipotle down to 63.40s. That's definitely on the pullback. Mara with a little bit of a bounce back towards the 1930s. We'll look to see if that stays hot on the day. Looking around, what are you guys seeing? It's a bloody day. Socks hell. Green on WENA. We'll take a look at that one in a second here. How's that OPTX? Did that recover at all? No, it's down to 574s, man. What a takedown on that one. What about MLGO? How's that one doing out the gates here? Big cut through the 15 and down she goes, guys. Down she goes. I think she's on a down halt right now. MLGO. Talked about maybe potentially looking for that level to watch for. The 15 break, and man, MLGO, look at that 15 breakdown and right down towards a down hole at 1435. Be careful out there, traders. It's one of those days. It's going to be a tough one. 98's now starting to break down here for Colgate Palmolive. Never got that ad, so I'm canceling that 200 ad, looking for this to start breaking down, and then back through 98.25s. I can just get out, looking for this to break down through that 97.87. This is called the VWAP fade, baby. Let's get this fade in. Sometimes they say you ain't trading if you ain't fading. Let's see, guys. Really looking for this to kind of now break down, not hold on to this and cut down through these lows, especially 97.87. That's going to be that first kind of takedown level. From there, we can start looking for kind of resistance to come play as support. 97.60s is the next cut through level. That's where I'll start taking some profits back below through the 80s into the 60s. I don't mind taking some profits there. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this ready for some profit take here. If we get a quick move back down through that level, definitely want to be ready to take that profit. 97, let's do 65s as ready to go. All right, team, we'll see what happens on Colgate Palmolive. If I'm able to get back into a green trade here and look for another trade to kind of show up here. Right now, VLCN showing up on my scanners. I'll just take a look at that. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on my trade ideas ones that I throw up in the bottom here for you guys. Explosive winners, unusual volume. Take a look at that. WENA, of course, the top one there right now. But you got a couple other BTBT, AIEV also showing up. AIEV here. Big push there towards the $3 spot. Thunder Power Holding. Thunder. Oh, man, this chart is ugly, but it's coming back here. Holy moly. Was this a SPAC? Yeah, this had to be a SPAC, man. It took a dump down, and it's coming right back. Be careful out there, team. ALAR showing up there. That's a $32 stock. Still doing well there. ICU making another push back here as ICU has pulled back. Now pushing right back towards that 8. We'll see what happens there. Going back to here to Colgate Palmolive. Can I get the break of 98? Still haven't gotten that break here. I'm up a little bit here, but it still hasn't actually done the breakdown here through the 98s. Looking for that breakdown now. If it does come back to my level, I can get out, but looking for another little cut down here. Let's see if we can get it. SPY heading down a little bit there. So I'm going to continue to watch the SPY and the Qs today to see if we get continued leak. See this 98 trying to recover. So it seems like there's some buying pressure right here underneath it, right? So like the 97, 97s, 98, 97, 95s. I'm looking to see if we can flush through there and actually break through the 98s. There's the 98s bouncing there. That tells me more and more. I'm seeing a little bit of buying off the 98s. Got to be careful if it ramps back here, but looking for the flush down through. Here's the bounce back, right? So we got a down 1, up 1, down 2, up 2, down 3, up 3. Really shouldn't close back up here. Should kind of reject this and cut down back through the low. So want to see this start to cut through these wicks, make a wick towards that 98 cut down, and then really kind of cut down through this level. We'll see if we get that cut down level. I'll even make it a little bit bigger to see it. Back through that 98.20s, that's where I got to be careful. I'm in at 98.20s, so I feel like I gave myself the perfect entry for the breakdown. Now the only question is, will it happen? Got to keep an eye on it. VSTO, of course, Vista Outdoors has a kind of a bid there for it towards the 40s. This came back fast towards 35, now bouncing back. How is Rivian doing this morning? Rivian back down to 15. This was the level that I was looking for, kind of pullbacks a little bit below this, right towards 1460s, but doesn't look too bad at the 1470 level, bouncing off the 15s. Rivian on a little bit of a pullback level. Not bad. 15s. I don't mind taking a swing. Let's see if it comes back down through that 15, and I'll pull the swing account, see if I can nail this, guys. Here's that attempt here for Colgate Palmolive. There's the wick there, right? I talked about maybe smacking it a little bit. Now I just need to be careful that this doesn't go red to green back up. Red to green, I'll probably just get out. If this starts to break, that's where we start to take some profits. Let's see if we can get it. All right, 98.2s showing up there. The Q's coming back up there, guys, just to mention that. So you're getting basic materials now going into the green, cyclicals going into the green, industrial slightly in the green, technology just barely red. Important to watch to see what goes in the green today, as that's going to be vital to kind of look at. All right, seeing a little bit of a bounce back here, so just got to go ahead and make sure that I protect myself here. If it does come back to the 98.22s, I'm just going to get out. This looks great for the breakdown, but back up above the, let's say, 98.15s, it already doesn't look that great there. So in a second here, I'm going to set a stop here because I want to go looking at some other trades and not get so focused on just this one trade. It's either going to work out here back below the 98s or going to come back and get me for maybe a $2 loss there at the 22s. I'll risk $4 here, 98.22s. No, pretty much no risk. Looking for it to break down or just get out. Now looking elsewhere. Let's go find a trade, guys. Griddy, GRDI, up there towards the 250s, 225s, capital market stock. Kind of action in the morning, looking good off the 90 MA. Pullbacks towards 214 were really well. Now the pullback level is 240s. 240s on the pullback looks interesting. I'd be back down towards the 90 MA, that's 240s, and then we'll see if it takes off back through the 275 spot. MLGO, that opened up? Yeah, opened up and went right back down through that $12. So be careful out there, time. Grinding higher there. GRND, trying to hold that $11 push there. Not really a stock that I've traded in the past, but keeping it on the radar. VLCN was one that we were talking about this morning, an auto manufacturer. Tried to do that pop towards 10. It's back down towards 8. It halted on the downside. Let's see if it halts on the upside now. This is going to be a tough trade for sure because it's moving really fast. So be careful out there, traders. VLCN. All right, doesn't look too bad to maybe hold that 8 and then come back through that 780. So pull back to 8 here. I don't mind risking off the 780s to see if we can get back towards the 950s. Let's see if I can get a small little entry here. I don't mind taking about 100 shares just to see if I can tackle this one. All right, guys, it's pulling back towards the 8, looking for a slight cut down below towards the 8. There it is. All right, guys, just took a little bit there, guys, about 100 shares here. Just got to know where my out is and make sure that I respect that. I'm going to put it towards 773 to give myself a room and see if this could just rip to the upside. And there you guys see a little spike there towards the 840s. If this could really get going back there towards the 880s or 9, I don't even mind just taking a quick little $100 trade here. Let's see if this can really get that spike right back there towards the 9. Take the trade, in and out like a fast food restaurant. All right, I got in there I need about a minute on the position. So let's see if it can even get that minute there. Let's see if we can go ahead and just get that push there towards the 9. All right, canceling for right now, guys. Just going to keep an eye on the levels right now to see if we can get back there and hold the $8 pullbacks right now. Holding really tight on the wrist there. Just want to see this kind of get that next push. Colgate Palmolive doing well there, now up about 20. Just want to see that really break that 98. It still hasn't broken that 98. All right, still holding in on the 8s right now. It still hasn't just taken that quick move back, though. That's what I really want to see, is a move back here towards this trend line, which gets it up there towards around 880s on the first spike. Then I'll look to see if we get that halt to the upside. This was a halt to the downside here, and it's about $1.25. So let's see what happens now. All right, guys, this is going to be a little bit of a harder trade. Let's see if we're able to nail this one. Definitely seeing some movement all around here. All right, the action coming in here. They're just trying to refill a little bit there. The spread is widening out there too, so just be careful. Canceling right now, just kind of keeping an eye on it. Still got the 100 shares there. Just want to go ahead and make sure that I'm ready to get out if I need to. All right, sell. You can even sell like 75 on the first move and then just see if it really just kind of rockets. This is still a smaller position here for me, so that's why I'm trying to just keep an eye on it and see if it starts to get the move. I could even add on to this. There's an attempt there for a breakdown. There's the 770s coming in here, and so in a second here, I'm just going to go ahead and set my stop there towards the 760s. But if it goes through that level, we got to be careful. There's that attempt for the 760s. I'm putting out 758s right now. Oh, the spread is widening there for me. Got to be careful with this. The spread keeps widening out and trying to grab that volume. So you just got to be a little bit smarter. Make sure that I'm giving myself a little bit more room on this. That's why I came in with 100 shares, right? I at least gave myself the ability to see if maybe this could work its way back. Even 200 shares, I think, would have been a little bit too big on this one. So giving myself the ability to stay in the game here. Now I set the stop there as it comes back here for that 8 attempt. If it's going to take 8, this is going to be the level that it could take it and then just drive it back higher. Let's see it. 799, 773s on the bid. So you got to be careful with that spread winding out. Back through 8s, I could start taking a look for some ads. Maybe 820s, I can maybe do a little bit of an ad and then look for this to really make the move. Let's see it here. Back through, let's see, on 810 pullback. So if it goes towards 820s, I'll look for like an 810 pullback. All right, trying to catch up with you guys in the chat. What's going on out there, guys? Netflix, nice pop over 673. Dartboard and ticker day. Yeah, man, it's definitely all around there. Noli, you got it, man. Come on, Tesla. Come on, Tesla. How is Tesla today, man? That was my top swing trade of the week. Oh my God, guys, they're killing me, man. They're killing me in Tesla. The swing trade this week for a 182 entry for the 190 break, 193, guys. There it is. There's the breakout in Tesla. And where could you guys have gotten this? On the playbook, given every single morning on Trade the Pools Twitter. What are you waiting for, guys? Give it a follow. Take a look at the playbook. Man, what a move. A little frustrated on that one, but I'm just glad to see that some traders out there are making some good money. That's what it's all about too, right? I mean, not going to get right 100% of the time, but there's one thing. Sometimes, this was a beauty, man. This was a beauty. This tells me to look at AMD maybe for potential recovery. Even on a day where it's all red, be careful out there. I'm going to be watching this one, but it's on the radar for sure. All right, guys, VLCN, we'll see what happens on that one. Trying to stop me out at the 750s here, guys. So might cut me out here, guys. It's trying down there. It's trying down there. There it goes. It cut me right now. It just went down that downturn there. Be careful out there. Could spike down and kind of hold right back down. Hey, took a little bit of a cut down on that one. We'll take a look at how much I'm down right now. I'm just taking a look at Colgate Palmolive as that starts to break. That's actually not looking too bad, right? Of course, we took this trade a little earlier for the 98 break. It just broke that 98, now holding in down below. Now I want to see this kind of cut down towards the 98.87s. That's going to be a good outlook to go ahead. I'll look for that break of 87 and then take some profits, hold the rest to see if it can continue to leak. OPTX now starting to come back, and there it goes, guys. It went down to 6, and now it's really starting to get hot there. Back through the VWAP. It went there through the 750s, now pulling back towards the 7. We'll look to see if it holds 7 and takes 8. But, man, a lot of choppiness today. Be careful out there, traders. There it is. Abby got me, man. Abby came in. Said, hold on. Don't forget it, man. All right, looking at AMD, I'm seeing the Qs go up like it is, and AMD is just looking interesting for me on this pullback here, guys. So I'm going to be looking to try to get some towards like kind of this 159.50s here, especially. Let me see if I can get that, guys. 50 shares there. I don't mind taking it right off the start. Then looking to add a little bit if I can get a little bit more decline on this. So here's that 59.50s. Let's see if we can get it. So the key is a trend line break and recovery here. So trend line breakdown and then a recovery. So it can wick down, and then I'll be looking to add some on it. All right, guys, there's 57. There's 50s, guys. I just took a little bit there. 50 shares there at the 50 spot. Looking to add some on the pullbacks towards 159 and then eventually hold off of 159. So just long there, a little bit there on AMD, taking a little bit of a shot here. See if AMD can recover on the day. All right, let's see if this can start the recovery process. There's the 60s there, guys. And when it comes back, I'm going to look for a quick ramp up through the high, the 60s, 70s. All right, that's actually looking pretty decent already, guys. I do want to take another add here. Looking for a slight dip below 159.60s, but if I don't get it, I can add up there. Still looking for that dip down below the 159.60s here. Back below the 159.50s, I'll be adding a little bit more here. Let's see if I can get it, especially towards like the 159.40s. That looks great. There we go. All right, guys, just added a little bit there, guys. I have now down there towards the 30s and the 40s. I have an average of 100 at 159.46. Don't mind adding a little bit more if we recover back through the 159.60s. So that's where I'm going to add on the upside of things. I'm going to put 68 here for another add if it starts to work its way back here. Now I just got to know where my out is once towards 159. That's only about a $50 risk right now. I don't mind adding on this. This actually looks really good here as it's starting to turn back around. There's my stop add there. Now we're starting to come back here. Now we're looking good here. Pullback stood the 60s. I'm going to be adding here. I'm going to be taking a bigger shot here. Let's see if we can get it, team. That's what it's all about sometimes. Let's do 159.50s on another add here, and then I can mark it in if I need to. I'm putting myself down here towards an add. And we'll also look at like around 68s, looking for this to spike through. Let's get it going, team. Taking a bigger shot here in AMD to this morning. I have 159.54, so I don't want to ruin that average. I'm really just looking for this to now start riding up there. There's $63 showing up there. Looking good here. Let's see if we can get the pop on AMD today, baby. Mitch is feeling it today. Let's get it hot, guys. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the action. And, of course, you guys know where you're at. Smash the like. Bulls on up. Let's shake this market downturn. Look at the Qs going higher. Look at the Qs, guys. Q's getting up there back towards the 480s. We'll see what happens on that one. SMR, one that's going higher. That one, I'll take a look at GE. GE pushing strong there. We'll see what happens on that one. Grind going strong here. Yeah, it's up there towards the 11. What happened to that OPTX? Ooh, right back down. Be careful with the smaller names today, man. They're tearing people sideways today. Be careful out there, traders. AMD coming back a little bit here. We'll see if we're able to get the add back at 159.50s. I'm taking my shot in AMD today. Like always, smash the like out there, team. What's up? What's up out there, guys? New ticker for you. Mitch playing it today. Its performance is nice. BZQ. Okay. Hood breakout. Not a bad one to keep a watch. All right, there's a nice little pullback. Came back to the 67s, now holding the 59.80s here. Let's see if it takes the 160 spot. That's really the next level to look for. There's a nice little move right now. Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. That's actually looking really good here now. Let's see if we can just take it here. Get it back through that 160. Now we're looking great. Now I'm looking for pullbacks towards the 159.80s for ads. As we start to get back up above the VWAP, I can look for pullback ads. All right, guys, got some limits out there for some pullback ads here now on AMD. Willing to take a shot here. Let's go. Let's go. See if we can get a pullback buy near the lows right now. I'm still looking for a higher low, but I can feel here towards 77, 159.80s, somewhere in that spot, looking for this to pull back into it. Then take the 160 for the last time. From there, I'll look for 160 to hold. There's that 180s, 170s going towards it, 159.80s there. All right, guys, just got another fill there, guys. Now I'm at 159.60s, guys. I don't mind adding on pullbacks towards 159.50s here. I'm taking a bigger swing on AMD. Let's see if it turns out here for me. Still got Colgate Palmolive. That still has to kind of chop around right now. Remember, I only have a $4 risk on that, so just looking for it to keep working. We'll see what happens on that one. How's NCLH? That was one of my top trades yesterday to look for. Maybe pull back to 18s this morning. Where did we get to? Ooh, 1797. Really nice pullback buy if you're able to get that one. right towards the support at 18. I'm thinking Carnival did very similar move, right to support, right back up there. So looking pretty good on that action. RCL, we'll look to see if it does the same, right off the support, right back up towards the upside. Yesterday, it did do that kind of blow towards the next move on the 52 week. So not a bad one there in the cruise lines. Going back to AMD here, Q's struggling now, coming back down, holding a little bit of a pullback action towards 479 could happen here. Mara continuing on the upside. We'll look to see if we get some more action fills here in AMD. Doesn't look too bad. It just pulled back to the 59.60 level. Still got those ads ready for 50s pullbacks. Now I'm going to look for that 160 recovery. And from that point, it should, in my eyes, hold 160. Move back into this spot is what I want to see. Now start to approach a breakdown, a break back through this trend line, and then really holding this on pullbacks now. Let's see if this can really start to go here. 160.09, guys. I got 200 shares at AMD. This could be a big winner for me. I'm taking a shot here, guys. Let's see if we can get it back through 160 50s, 161. I'll take some off there at 161 and leave the remainder to get a nice run. Let's see it, guys. Let's see it. All right, now that we're above 160s, I want to see this candle close on a 1 minute above that 160. You see how there's wicks on the 1 minute. Need to see a close up there past that. FSLR giving up. Just be careful with a lot of analyst ratings, but there's nothing wrong with First Solar to the downside also on the pullback. Of course, SCDG is the weaker one that could keep coming down. First Solar, the only problem is it's not really breaking down. It's a little bit of a slow grind down, and you could have some bigger buyers stepping up in First Solar. There was a lot of upside outlook given for First Solar, so I'm not going to run into it anymore, but I can't blame you for looking at it, Noli. Looking for that 160 now to hold. Maybe you get a pushback towards 159.95, but I would want to see the VWAP now hold 159.90s. So if I really wanted to, I could even set a stop there at that 159.90s. What I'm going to do is cancel my ad at 159.50s. I'm going to go ahead and set a stop right underneath it towards 159.50s, as we shouldn't break that. If we break that back down, it could break down a little bit further. I can even put it down a little bit further. Let's go towards a $60 risk. This is 159.30s. That's near the low of the day here. Looking for this to really kind of hold 160s on the pullback. When AMD loves to go, it goes. So that's another thing that I know about trading AMD in the past. It has a tendency of bottoming, and then really getting going. If we could get back to pre-market 161.24s, this is going to be looking great. Let's see what happens here, team. Big levels to watch. There's that attempt for the VWAP breakdown. Let's see if it breaks the VWAP down, or does it go back to the upside. So this is the important level. There's a wick down here trying to collect some volume off the throwback look. We're getting that throwback look here. Now it virtually needs to just come right back through that 160. But you can also see how it's struggling in that 160. There's a lot of times where we've already attempted to go through there. 1, 2, let's see it on the third try. Smash the like out there. ICU, Bullseye getting after it. Let's go ARM. Yash. Looking at ARM today. Let's go. ARM up there to 165. How's Six Flags? It's pulled back to the 3018. Not a bad level to watch for. Maybe a little bit of a swing trade on that 6, but looking around, guys, now I'm getting a little bit more pullback in AMD. Not what we wanted to see, at least I did. There's a temp down here. It could stop me out here. It's pulling back fast there. Got to be a little bit careful here. I'm giving myself a little bit more room on the bid here, but that was a quick pullback for some washouts. Let's see if it recovers here. Still no ad for me as we're below my entry here, but if I get back above it, start going back into the green, don't mind taking a swing there. All right, AMD coming down a little bit there. Did the Qs break down with it? That's one thing that I'll be looking at. Do we still get the pullback? Or is this a buy the dip opportunity? We'll find out. Definitely a little bit of a shake there in AMD. Let's go towards a deeper time frame chart to get around some of the volatility. So if we look at the hourly levels to hold on pullback is closer towards that 159.09. And then a recovery of 160 is going to be vital for the day. Today's hourly low is important too. Hourly low is 158.95. So that 159 being an area where you could get some kind of support, but at the same time, that's also the breakdown spot right now. So be careful out there, traders. Seeing that downside action come in right now off the 40s tells me that, yeah, we could get a cut down right here through and back through the 159. Got to be careful out there. Understand the risk. $85 risk right now for me, which is not bad. You guys know I've been doing closer towards the 100 to 200 range on this. So it's still not the biggest position here for me, but keeping a close eye on it as we come back down towards the 159s. 159.40 still holding in there. Let's see if we can get right back up above. But man, this is a little bit of a shakedown attempt after it looked like it was getting going there. Tesla off the 192s, man. That was the best trade of the week for sure. 184. I don't think it'll ever get back there, man. I really don't think it'll ever get back there towards that 184, at least for the quarter. This is a nice level to look for volume to come in now. Volume came in the last couple of days. I'd look for in the next couple of days to really get through that 200. That's going to be the spot where you're going to start seeing everybody on, you know, that media site, that CNBC, start talking about Tesla. Well, don't be shy if you start seeing some talk today. All right, AMD still chopping around here, guys. I like the AMD call right now. I'm just trying to hold in off these 5-minute lows, is make sure that we're holding in, and then we come right back up through a trend line break towards the upside through 160. But you got to be careful on a name like this. It loves to do these little quick washouts and recoveries. All right, right now, canceling down. I don't have my stop set there. I'm just looking at what's going on in the market right now to see if I'm going to cut out of this AMD or add to it. We'll just keep a watch on this, looking for the recovery here. Have the share size ready to get out if I need to here. And I have it for a market out just in case I need to. With a stock like AMD that the spread is a little tighter for me, I can't just look at a market out and just keep watching this here to see if it reverses off this level. 15 minutes, still kind of holding in there, but attempting to break through this 15-minute low, which is the 159.30s. We could see a wick through and a recovery, but really those wick throughs can come right through that 159. All right, catching up out there, guys. Smash the like, guys. You guys enjoying the action. You guys know where you're at. Trade the pool, guys. Who's out there taking a look into the swing trade side of things today? Let me know. Who has their swing eval? All right, looking around, Visto showing up on the scanners, ICU showing up, FFIE. Oh no, where's that guy that was talking about it yesterday, was going crazy about the UAE? I mean, maybe he wasn't wrong, man. This is starting to get a little move. Where you at, bro? That's a nice little move there. 88%, guys. It went from 30 cents now up there to 50 cents. FFIE getting hot, guys. Getting hot. VLTO was the other one earlier. That one, what was it? Where's the smaller one? VLCN. I'll look to see if that one does a recovery of 8. It stopped me out earlier. Let's see if this one starts to recover 8. It's trying to recover 8. Could go for another move here. VLCN. I don't mind it if I just played off the 8 for maybe a pullback hold of the 770s. But this is another attempt here to maybe go after a name that I didn't get it on the first time. Let's see if I get it right on this time. Doesn't look too bad. I just need to get an 8 entry here, right below 8. Wouldn't mind it. The spread widens, though, on this one often. So that's where I got to be a little bit careful on this one. Here's that attempted pullback. If I want to take the shot here, this is my shot here. AMD a little bit in the red, so I got to go focus on AMD here. If I wasn't on that red right now, I would kind of take the 790s. I don't mind it here. It just needs to kind of hold in on that. Got to go protect myself with AMD. That's the hard part of taking 2 trades at the same time. Could just take the trade here and then set the stop, but I'm going to go ahead and focus on the bigger trade, which is AMD right now, because this could be a washout there. And I don't want to get caught trying to go long on a name and then getting caught because I'm not focusing on AMD. So that's going to be the focus right now. We'll see what happens here. All right, guys, got this ready to go just in case I need to get out on AMD. AMD's moving all around, but trying to shake me out. We'll see what happens. I'm sure I'm not the only one looking at this one. Let's just see if the Qs can recover. That's really a big level for me to watch, is the Qs just continuing to recover. NVIDIA doing well on that recovery. Apple, what about Apple? Back towards 211. That's a good outlook to look for. Google had good news this morning with YouTube, and that's actually coming back right now towards the 85. So that actually looks good here for maybe some finally upside action to come into the market. Let's see what happens here, guys. All right, still seeing a little bit of some downside, but still looking for AMD to take that 160 and really get going. All right, there's back above my level now. I'm back into the green now. I want to start seeing this really kind of ride up there. Google's looking good. Let's see what happens if Google can really start moving also. Start getting some of these bigger stocks to move. Amazon trying to get through that 187.75. So the big boys are not looking too bad right now. I'd keep an eye out on that. Amazon here, not looking bad as it starts to approach the high. Average true range. Let me go ahead and pull this down so you guys can at least see the MACD here. There's so many levels that I can give you guys in indicators, but it's more along what do you want to use there. Tesla, one to kind of keep an eye out. 194, guys. 194 now on Tesla. I'll tell you one thing. Definitely need to go ahead and put out a clip on this Tesla move because this is one that was on the radar. Still in timeout. Yeah, still facing the wall. Don't worry. We'll get them back. Tesla, man, 194 looking great there. This is going to be one I'll definitely look back on. And you know how it is sometimes, traders. I've told you guys about my weakness. It's always important to share weakness. I think it's how you start learning from your trading ability. So the number one thing that it gets me, traders, is doing a big setup. All the setup, the risk to return, the levels, all this work, and then not taking the trade, right? And so that's how it is. I screwed up Tesla though, but hey, I wish the best for those traders that got Tesla. And of course, the robotics day is going to be important. That's what I thought people would get after, this August 8th approach, right? Because we're still far from that August 8th approach. But if the stock is at a lot better position, it's going to look better going into that event. So buy the rumor is what I've seen out there. We'll see what happens. There's a little bit of a shakedown back through the 159.60s. Let's start getting this AMD going. Don't mind taking another ad on this, but just trying to watch and wait for it to really kind of load up there. Then I can go ahead and take that swing. Hanging out for right now, guys. Hanging out. Looking for this to cross over here. Get back up there on the 5 minute, especially a nice little 5 minute crossover. You see how it went right here, trying to cross over, has been trying to cross back over this yellow line. That's going to give me conviction to add once that crossover happens. That's why I'm not adding right now. And look at the 9 EMA, how it's hanging out above the price action. Everything above is wicks. So selling pressure into that 160 right now. Selling pressure. Not what I expect to see, but it is. There's definitely some selling pressures there. How's Rivian now? Rivian went down to 15, now pulling back to 1540s. That's one that I keep an eye out for. How's Ford? Ford down to $12. We'll see how that one's doing there. SPY overall starting to come back, 540, 544, 53s. So, hey, we're starting to see a climb right back. I remember everything was red towards the gate. Now technology in the green, cyclicals, and even defensives starting to get green. 159.60s holding well right now, guys. Let's see if this can really get through. If this doesn't get through on this attempt here, guys, I'll probably just cut it out here and then look to re-enter with a bigger sizing towards the lower end of the range. So that's what I'm looking at right now, guys, to maybe cut this out here if it doesn't hold the 159.50s and then add to it, get back in it at a lower range here. It's still holding in right now. So I'm just kind of keeping a close eye on it here as I am in the green here. Let's see if this can really start moving now. 159.80 is going to be an important level to watch for right now. It's trying to break that 159.80s, trying to put in a bullish engulfing candle, right? So we know how bullish engulfing candles are, right? It's kind of like a big bar here. Don't want it to break down through this 159.60 now that we got an inverse hammer candy on that. So maybe a wick at 55, no close below 159.50s, back through 160. That's what I'm looking at, team. Still no cross there. It's trying to cross, but it hasn't gotten it. A move back, close above 160. I think we get that cross. Then the big level to watch for would be if it comes back here towards the 0 line. The 0 line is very an important level to watch this really start to get bullish. Struggling there at the 159.50s, but we'll see if it actually gets going here. All right, guys, it's definitely a battle type of day, guys. Down about 119 today, so just got to keep battling and see what else I can get into. AMD, what you gonna do? All right, guys, smash the like. What's up out there, guys? What are you looking at? Funny, you said Tesla, and I was long. Kevin, looking at tech for a swing trade. All right, I'll take a look at tech. There's that spike there. There's the 160s, guys. Now I'm looking to add on this on pullback. Let me see if I can get it here. Pullback adds 159.85. 159.85s. Have another ad out there, guys. Looking to add on pullbacks now. 160 looking good here. Let's see if AMD can really get going, guys. I was trying to be patient there. Now I'm starting to get a little bit of a pop here. Now let's see if it really starts to get going. There's the crossover too, guys. There's the cross. Now we're getting that crossover, and you see how the expansion line starts to expand away. This is what I mean by using this as conviction, right? So now I'm at least getting the indicators to agree with the trade. And now we'll see if it actually starts to make a move here. All right, tech trade. We'll see in a second here. See if we can get that going. I'll take a look at tech for you, Kevin, in a second here. I just want to focus to see if AMD does a quick breakout for me to take some profits. Need to pay myself, man. It's been a hard trade already. Let's keep it going, team. Let's see if we can get it up there. Nice, like 160.80s, 161. That would be looking great. Up about 90 right now. Really looking for that expansion move to kind of get a nice little win and get back into the green today on this one trade. I got you, Kevin. No worries. Let's keep it going, team. All right. I mean, there's plenty of prop firms where you're going to get kind of buying power. That's what prop firms are all about, man. Bullseye. So if you're looking for trying to get buying power, that's what they're all about. All right, there's that pullback to the 90s, holding in there. No fill on that pullback. Let me see if I got it. Oh, you did get it. Look at that little spike fill. Ooh, spike fill to the 159.65s. Looking great here now, guys. Now I got to understand where my risk is on turn down, right? 159.50s makes complete sense. I want this to take the 160s, and I'm looking great. I got another little ad there that helps me out, get a bigger win, and now can just kind of stick to it. Let's see if it holds 5-minute. 160. We still got about 1 minute left on this candle. Close above 160 is a good sign for me. Let's see it. Let's see it, team. This one's a hard one, but the cross is there. Everything's working. Let's see if it continues to run. GOEV showing up there. KOPN. So definitely the vehicle ones are making a move. That FFIE up 89% there. Those smaller names actually doing decent. There's 160.20s trying to get up there on AMD. Let's see it. Let's see it, man. You want to get going, AMD? Let's go. All right, 160.20s, 160.10s. Not doing too much there. It could pull back there. I'm looking at the Qs right now. That's what I'm watching to see if we can get another leg, or we're going to get a pullback to the VWAP. Pullback to the VWAP, and I could maybe just take it out here. Just want to see the Qs continue and NVIDIA kind of take lead here. Also, Apple take lead, that kind of trade to really kind of push towards the next levels. Google, how's the Google? Ooh, there's Google starting to get strong. 185.45s. There's the 160 15s here, guys. 160 13s here. What's going to happen? 160 20s. It's trying to fight in that 160 hold off the 5-minute. You can see we actually closed above the 160. That was a close at 160.14. Now VWAP needs to hold on pullbacks 159.85. If that breaks, I'll probably have to go and just get out of the trade. Look for a re-entry here. There's that attempt right now. Here's that 170s, 159.70s coming back here towards the levels. It should recover, but if it doesn't, there's 3 resistance strides in the 160 13s that could fail us. Let's see what happens here. Giving myself enough room to stay in this trade is what's helping me right now. Now back through 160.25. Let's do it. I'll look for another ad, guys. So 160.25. I'll look for another ad. That's going to be the breakout level. Just looking on this pullback here, we're right back down, so we got to be careful. AMD loves to do this, guys. Shake around and shake and bake you. Let's see what happens now. But you got to be careful with the share size, I feel like, for AMD. You got to come in it slow, look for the move to really kind of boom. Could maybe taking the $100 and then look to got right back in here, but there was no guarantees that it was coming back to this level. Only risking about right now about 123 towards the low. There's the 160 recovery. That's actually a nice recovery there. I actually really like that look. Now it really needs to kind of just take off here. It's had the attempt to break out, right? That's been there plenty of times. Now let's see if we really get this move here. All right, guys, just added a little bit more, guys. I'm taking shots here, guys. I'm taking shots on AMD. I got 275 now, guys. Starting to build my position here. There's only one way. Get in after it, man. Win or lose, you guys will see it. I'll be coming after it every single day. That's what I'm about, Yash. Let's see it, guys. That was a nice little pullback ad. Now looking for another ad through the 165.25s. I'm at 159.70s, so slightly below the VWAP here. There's a down attempt here to wash out some traders here that's still trying to build in some volume there at the lows, and we got to be careful for a 159 wipeout. That's always going to be something that I'll keep an eye on for. All right, let's make sure that we have the 275 ready to go on the downside just in case we need it. 100 on the sell would probably be the first sell. Let's go back to the 5-minute candles. You can see how this is not the best look, right? The kind of the attempt to get back towards the upside, then failing there. The 15 minutes doesn't look too bad there. So let's clean this up a little bit. Let's erase everything and start over, right? Sometimes it's as easy as that. I like to really start over on the chart analysis and see where we're at right now, right? And so you can see here that this was kind of a breakdown attempt that's coming back towards the upside. Really needs to kind of come back here and recover back towards the 161.12s. That's going to be an important level today. And you can see the bottoming and the buying pressure all around the 159.30s as it's been in that area, shaking, finding some buyers, but not really getting that expansion move higher. So that's on the 5 and the 15. You can see that. And so now it's kind of like, will you get another wick attempt into this area? You could get another wick attempt. I'm looking for higher lows to continue the trend. And this is going to end in just about 10 minutes here for the 15 minutes. So you can look on the 5-minute to see if you can get another green bar back here towards the high of 160.18. All right, what's up out there, guys? Definitely smash it up. What do you guys got? What are you taking a look at in the chat? It's good to see you guys. A lot of traders tuning in on X. Check it out, team. You guys, we're always on YouTube. Also, if you guys want to jump in to our chat room. All right, there's that 160 recovery right back up there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just step up to the plate, team. Step up. Mitch is stepping up here today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy me stepping up to the plate, showing you guys exactly what I like to do here. 25 again. Let's see it. Let's see it at the, let's do 78. 78 ad. Got it there. Another ad there. Looking for it to take the 160. I'm adding on pullbacks, giving me opportunities, guys. All right, in a second here, guys, we're going to go ahead. If we can get back above the 160s, I can go ahead and just look for the complete breakout. It keeps spiking up there, but not really getting the breakout. And that's where I got to be a little bit careful. Understanding my risk is very important here. Could still risk down to the low, and it's only a 140 risk. So I'm still risking about, let's see, 160 on this trade. Yeah, 160 on this trade, guys. So I'm still trying to battle in and size in and just get that nice big win here. That stop ad, I'm stopping that one because that's going to start pushing my price a little bit too high. So I'd rather keep it where it is right now and look to see if we get the move or not. Could just cancel out at my average too and look to come in at a lower price, but that's just if you're quick enough to try to do that. ICU, we'll look to see if that recovers. How's MLGO doing? Man, that went down to 1360s, went down as far down as 1156 today. The 15 breakdown on that was a hell of a look. Google pulling back now. The Q's pulling back now. Let's be careful with this. Don't be careful with this AMD, man. This thing's trying to give me gray hairs today. We'll find out. 5 minutes, not looking too bad. Remember, I talked about the 1030 candle is going to be an important one. 15 minutes, still looking decent there. Trying to stay off the short time frames because the 1 minutes are definitely getting my emotions a little bit higher, getting me to take some more trades. So what do I need to do? I need to work into deeper time frames and stay on that, right? Smash it up out there, guys. We're here for you guys every single day. What are you guys taking a look at today? Hit the like. All right, guys. It's still up on AMD, but not really getting the rocket ride I was looking for. You guys see me. I'm trying not to go to the one, but it's such a fast mover that you want to go to it. See if this can go red to green, opened at 160.04. So recovery of 160.04 will change this candle to green and make it look a lot better. You can see how we're coming here towards a trend line approach here. We came up towards it and we failed it, came up towards it, failed it. We're looking to really kind of take that level back towards these highs. Taking a swing today, guys, that's for sure. 159's not doing it to it. Came right to the 159.90s, rejected that. We keep getting lower highs, but back through, like, let's say 159.50s, it ain't going to look pretty here. There's that attempt. It's right off my levels now, guys. I'm like kind of 1 cent green, 1 cent red right now. It's just coming right back towards my level. Wash down through that 159.50s is not going to be a fun level to watch for. So let's see right now. I'm looking at it right there. It's right off of that level. That 159.50 is not what I want to see there, because then it starts to kind of battle, and then 160s is just not happening. You see it on the one there, how it's just kind of giving that. It could do a wick there, a recovery, but definitely back to 159.30s and start to wash the bulls. FDX now starting to go back up there towards the 292. So UPS in play with that one. I talked about it in the pre-market. That one actually decent play there. Pull back to the VWAP, right? Pull back to the VWAP right here up to 136.68. Back up towards the 137. Doesn't look too bad on the daily to make a move maybe back towards 138s. See what happens on UPS. Getting a nice little lift off of the FedEx report. Jemiah showing up on scanners there. What is going on with Jemiah? I haven't seen Jemiah in forever make a move. It's trying to make a move back through 8. The Amazon of Africa. All right, catching up out there, guys. AMD with a big down move here, guys. There's that wick to try to stop some traders out there. That's for sure. It's down to the 159.30s and could stop me out here as it starts to approach the 150. There it is, guys. I just got hunted on that one. I was trying to go ahead and hold it down a little bit lower there and got hunted down back to that 159. Boom, down goes the dynamite. Took a major hit there, guys. I tried, guys. I was in the green there for a slight bit there, guys. Down about 289 here. I could still go after it one more time there, but definitely I took my big swing of the day there. Not too bad. I'm still battling, still staying within my risk limits, which are with 100 to 200 on the losses there. But AMD definitely wash out towards the 159. It could still recover on that, but I'm not going to stay in it off of that as it comes through the low of the day and washes out the bulls. There's the washing of the bulls. Look for it to come back. Look at the 5 minute. Look at that cross and then right back down. So, hey, it is how it is. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. This one, not one for me today. All right, let's keep going, guys. I'm going to keep battling. I'll take one more trade and see if I can get one more, maybe a strike 3 and I'm out of here. But hey, it's how it is sometimes there. I'm still liking AMD, but got to keep it on the radar there. OPTX there. Failed on that 8 break multiple times there. That one's just been a pretty trappy type of trade today. We'll see if it does come back. MLGO back towards 515 and starting to get a little bit of a spike there. This is where I think like maybe a short off of 5, off of 15 makes sense again here, but it's a really hard trade there, guys. So let me go ahead and just take a look at it here. MLGO here. I don't mind taking a smaller trade here off 100 shares, maybe $50 risk there. See if I can get 15 on the entry there and risk off of $16 there. All right, guys, trying to get that entry there off 15. Just got it there, guys. Need the risk up there towards 16, about $100 risk here. There's a little spike there towards it, and boom, guys, down goes the dynamite. It's back up there to 16. Got to be a little bit careful. The spread's widening out here, guys. So 1620s I have as my ultimate risk here. It went so fast there, guys. Be careful out there, traders, with this one. It is trying to get back up there, back through the 16s. Looking to see if I can get it right back down through the 15s. Here, this is approaching more breakout city than it is breakdown city. So just be careful out there, traders. The spread is where it gets a little bit careful here. 20-30 cent spread there. So you got to be careful with that kind of spread. It can really kind of get you. Oof, did you see how fast that was, guys? That was a crazy one here. I'm just keeping an eye on it, guys. That's why you guys see my focus on, because at the end of the day, first thing first for me, always protection first, guys. Protection first. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to protect myself here. Trying to protect myself, making sure I don't get caught in this quick upside. Stops there at 1622s, guys. I'm going to get approached right now. Let's see if they hits me here. Just moved it up a slight bit to the 28s here. I'm at the 1630s now, looking for this to kind of come right back down here, but it's a hard one. I'll tell you that right now. Back through 15 would be something that I'd look for, but back above 16s, this could spike back to 20s today. There's no reason why I can't. Taking a little bit of a shot there on a fast mover there, guys, and it could cut me out. There's the cut there. I'm out there, guys. Now this could spike back there. And VWAP pullbacks to 14. So, hey, it's just not it for me today, guys. Bullseye, you were able to nail it today, up about 1,849. You're doing better than me today, guys. That's for sure. I'm struggling right now, guys. I'm running into a little bit of a wall here, guys. Down 422 today, guys. So I took my shot there. Just didn't work out there, guys. It was a fast one there on MLGO recovery. And look, it's right back down to 15. So it wasn't too bad. Maybe I needed to add up there towards 16. But on the day when I'm down, I don't like to add off of that one because that's just an easy spike there to kind of get it back there. Tried to do a little spike right back down. And there it goes, guys. It's a tough day for me today, guys. This one, I wouldn't be like looking at this later today. 15 was the earlier breakdown. Didn't get it on the earlier breakdown. Tried to go back it for the fade. It popped right back above it. That's how it goes sometimes, team. It's a tough day for me. I'm just going to keep hanging out here, guys, with you guys. It's about 10:30. Still got about 30 minutes to hang out here. I'm going to go switch over to the swing trade side of things and definitely done for the day on the day trading side of things. Didn't work out for me. AMD could come back later in the day, and that's going to frustrate me with that one because I tried to hang in there with that one. But right now, that's flushed out a lot of bulls. We'll look to see if it comes back. The Qs are heading down right now, and we're getting this downside action. Maybe we actually get a flip. The choppy markets continue right now. It hasn't just been straight up. There's some choppiness out there. Shop giving me an entry today, guys. I did get an entry at 65.20s earlier. So I've been looking to see if I can get a long on shop for the swing trade. I already got a starter on there. I'm taking a look to see if I can add to this one down near the lows. And I like this shop trade just because it's based on the kind of the daily swing trade approach. 63s is the risk there. So back towards like, let's say 60, 64, 60s. Doesn't look too bad for an add. I'll look for it to come back there. If it does, I'll look to add back at 64.50s with another little bit on shop. So these are swing trade outlooks here, guys. Taking a look at this, we'll see if it starts to work its way back on shop. All right, so look for another 30 there at that level. That's going to be 64.50s. Boom. You can do actually a little bit lower than that. I want to get towards 64.50s. So I'm going to do the 64.23s, which would get me back up closer towards about 50 cents lower than my entry, about 64.70. So we'll see if I can be able to get back up there. I don't have enough buying power for the second 30, so I'm just going to go probably for the 20. Shop is one that I don't have enough for it right now to add on it. We'll see what happens on that one. Still taking a look at the XRT also. XRT is the retail, and I'm kind of holding off the 75 for this. I definitely don't want it to break 75 here. I want to start to work back there towards 66 and 77. So we'll look to see what happens on this one. Let's go towards the chart on this. Let me see how this is working for me. Of course, this is kind of a swing trade. I'm up closer towards 75.40s. Definitely don't want to see this kind of the 75s break on the lower end here. Have the stop set at 74.90s. This morning it tried to get it there. It didn't get there towards it. 74.93s. So that's going to be the area that I'll stop out if I need to. And if this goes back through 75.50s, 76, that's where it looks better. All right, is Tesla seeing 200 today? It could very much, man. This is going to be one of the ones that I definitely look back on, and this is one to have, especially off that 9 EMA day where it came back here. Really nice attempt off that 179.30s level. Also going back after a 50% retracement of the recent move. This one looks like it's coming also towards a high right here. This is the high that I think it's fighting to get through. So you can see it here, this body close, this 194.05, and then the next level from there, 198. So maybe not 200 today, at least for my eyes, but 198 definitely in reach. And then you're looking at the 200 exponential, which is at 196.67. But that's a big move there for Tesla. Shout out to you guys that were able to nail that Tesla trade. All right, guys, definitely not the best one for me today, but hey, like it goes, man. Sometimes you're going to win some, sometimes you're going to lose some. ICU back at 750s. We'll look to see if it goes back to 850s, or will this just be a fade the rest of the day? Q's coming back a little bit there. AMD would be one that I'd maybe look at for a swing trade if this starts to work back, but right now, it's not the time. I need it to come back through that 160, and then that would be the level that I'd maybe take a swing off of. All right, looking around, team, not seeing too much there. Datadog breaking up. All right, well, let's go take a look at Datadog. Datadog up there to 123.30s. That one's going to make your Nolies maybe happy with this Pan W outlook. Let's see if Pan W starts to make a move to the upside with that Datadog doing well there. And I'd look at CrowdStrike as another one to see if that's doing well today. And one that I've heard a lot on the radar is for Snow to turn back to the upside. But man, this has been really downbeaten back towards 125. I saw that one earlier, and that thing did get a spike. But man, this was an ugly stock, but it came right back down. Maybe a fade off of this one. This one definitely coming right back down fast. MLGO, I'll go take a look at it, guys. It did pull back a little bit there to the 515s, came back, now trying to get that next layer. And boy, did this break up there towards the 16 fast there. So be careful out there, traders. This one's moving all around. and going to stop some traders out on both sides of things. We'll see if it takes off there. Hourly level held the 13.22 low. Now starting to come back towards hourly highs of 17 for the break for a 20 run. We'll look to see if we get that big run towards 20 here. There's that 16. I'm staying off of this one, guys, but I wish you guys the best on it now. Wisdom, what's up out there? Another amazing day. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it, man. Maybe learn a little bit from my losses today, as I took some shots, but hey, that's all we can do sometimes, man. Not finding it right now. Jemiah is one that's on the radar, guys. That's starting to move a little bit there. Talked about how that showed up on the scanners as it starts to bounce back. Boeing, what's up with you? I'm keeping an eye on Boeing as what's happening with the Starliner is interesting me, but it's starting to come back a little bit today. FedEx back there towards 293s. UPS holding in on that pullback, now back towards 137.50s. Not a bad one this morning as it was pulling back there. 135s came back, right back up. Q's reversing back towards the upside. We'll see what happens there on AMD if it comes back there. How's NVIDIA doing there? It came down towards the 125, then got the bounce. Stochastic came back towards the low, bounced right back up there towards the 23s. We'll look to see if we see continued breakdown. Overall in the market, I'm seeing cyclicals and defensive up, technology just slightly, and then the rest of it red, guys. Financials leaking, healthcare leaking, industrials leaking, real estate leaking, utilities leaking, basic materials leaking. So only 3 sectors slightly green in the green today, and defensives coming right back down in a hurry. So we'll see what happens on that one. Colgate Palmolive was one that I was trying to trade earlier. Eventually got out on this one on a little bit of a bounce, but eventually this one could still come back down, crashing down through that 98. We'll see what happens on that one. GIS was one that had earnings this morning, has pulled back here towards the VWAP. We'll look to see if it goes to 64.50s or right back down through the low of 62. Definitely some downside action came in there. All right, guys, over 72 of you guys smash the like, guys. You guys enjoy the action. Full transparency here, there. Win or lose, guys. Always showing you guys the positions, not hiding anything out here. You guys know how it is out there in different shows, guys. They're going to show you guys what I showed. I'll tell you that much. So look around, team. That's what it's all about, trying to find transparency in the market, and there's not many out there. Even other live streams I've seen, yeah, they'll show you guys like maybe a tick where they got in. They're not telling you the size they got in. They're not telling you when they got out specifically. They're just showing their wins and losses. Not really trying to educate you on that, but maybe more along just showing you guys, here's where I'm in, here's where I'm out. That's what I'm all about, trying to educate you guys and take it to that next level. Kellogg's, will it go through that 57.36? Let's see. AMD's trying to work back there. Tesla, will it get through that 194 today? Apple really looking good, 213s. Google with that YouTube announcement, not looking too bad, up there to 185.48s. Amazon up there to 190s. That's why I like kind of the shop trade, but we'll see what happens on that one. If I do get the ads, I'll look to get a little bit of an ad there on shop as it pulls back, but definitely at least have a 30 share position right now. Honest Company. I think I've seen these. These are like those healthy cleaning products one. A move there, trying to get back there towards 8. Nikola. No way, man. Nikola is getting a little bounce. When you know the trash is moving today, guys. Look at this Nikola moving up. Volume's pretty low there, but it did get a spike there towards the 1080s. Nikola. That's how you see it when you see these smaller EVs getting some moves. That's why I think you're seeing it there. Common move right now. Belcon's holding that $7. We'll see if it comes back through 8 later in the day. BLCN pulling back there. Could pull back there towards the 629s, or it could get hot again and make a move, maybe back towards 9 and 10. Let's see this on an hourly basis. Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3. Holding that down 3 move right now. Risk for me would be towards the 679, 680 spot. off of that 8, and you can see there's a couple of bottoming actions off of that. Maybe we get one more wick towards the 697 recovery on this one. I'll keep it a watch on it. I don't mind maybe taking the swing trade side of things and then risking off of like 650s. Just got to go with like 100 shares or something like that to see if I can make a nice trade on this. VLCN. Let's see if I can make a little trade here. Well, I'll look to try to get some into the intraday, and then of course keep seeing it if I can get a little bit more. Kevin, what's up out there, man? What are you looking at? I know you were telling me a little bit earlier to tech. Let's take a look at tech. Tech 48 right now, holding back there. You can see the daily chart, definitely holding the kind of the trend line breakdown. So like it tried to break down here, and every time it's wicked through, it's found some buyers. So the level right underneath it, you can tell like this area, you're finding some buying to come in there. So you're talking about somewhere through this level right here. So I'd be looking for 47.50s down towards like 47 as buying. Even this day, it looked like a little bit of buying, 46.15s. But you need this to kind of turn back towards the upside. It's on a really fast downtrend. And this trend line kind of gets broken here and tries to hold on the pullback. Really wouldn't want it to kind of break down below that 47.43 again. 49 and 50s is the level to look for a real turnaround look back up into here. So it doesn't look too bad on that outlook. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly, you can see indecision candle right now, trying to decide if it's going to hold that 48 or come down closer towards the support over here of 45. That's other options for downside action move here in tech. Monthly has a nice little hold around 47.30s. That's another thing to look for on tech. It has a tendency of also trading on a monthly pattern, right? And so that's another thing I'd keep in mind. Right there, it looks like it's trying to hold this 46.90s, that area, and then come back up towards the 55s. But like always, you got to give yourself a little bit of room on a name like this that's getting a nice little move here. Pullbacks now make sense here. We'll look to see if it holds today, the VWAP, and starts to go back towards 48.50s. That's in a good level. FedEx 300 seems in play. Definitely seems in play. The only thing is, remember that you have like this kind of highs that it's running into, and the next layer from here would be a move back there towards 302. And then of course, back in 21, we were up there towards 318. So that's kind of like your all-time high getting up there for FedEx. We'll look to see if it gets back there. I like UPS off of this just because it just kind of shakes the bottom outlook. And then you know like where your out is on this, back down through the 135. I definitely want out of UPS, but back up through the 140s and you start to shake some of the bearish action. So we'll see what happens on this one on UPS. UPS right now pulling back a little bit here. We'll look to see if it holds pullbacks to 137, back up through the 138. All right, catching up with the chat. What's up out there, guys? What are you guys taking a look at? SMH. We'll see what happens. Was it 98 at some point? All right, let's go back to Velcon here. Just trying to get that little cut through towards the 7. Still not breaking out towards that kind of $8 spot, right? That'd be the approach here. This is that 690s kind of cut down, and we'll look to see if it recovers. Seeing a lot of these auto manufacturers actually do well today, so keeping an eye on that. How's MLGO? It's holding in there. It could do that 16 spike. It came back to 15 again here. Let's see if it takes that 16 and keeps going. ICU is loading up there at the 750s, now trying to get going towards the 8. We'll see if it gets through that $8 spot. CMAX showing up on the scanners here. CareMax, I don't know that one too much. What other one's showing up there? KOPN. Haven't seen that one in a little while. That's an 80-cent stock. Trying to maybe make a move back towards $1. What happened to those $1 names? MPIO, that's what happened, man. That thing went right back down. MLGO trying to get through that 16 there. BLCN just made that cut down towards the 679 there. It doesn't look too bad there. Maybe we'll see if it gets a little bit of a hot move there. Hourly level with the wick down. We'll look for an hourly level recovery here. Now you got the spread going a little wider there. Now the 7's off the offer and then 680's on the bid here. So if I want to take the shot there, it's available to me here. Let's go ahead. Let's see if I can get a little bit here. I'm going to look to get a little bit towards the 690s. Maybe take a little bit of a swing trade approach. I can do about 40 shares. Want to do it at about $40 risk here. All right, let's see if I can get it there at the 7. I have 690s out there, so I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback fill. Not really getting much there. Q is trying to come back a little bit there. Not seeing much on the bid action there. It's at 670s, the bigger buyer there. So I can see it pulling back to 670 first. Just don't want to go ahead and jump up there on the 708s and then all of a sudden, boom, 670 shows up. I'm getting caught there. So I'm going to start seeing to see if this can turn around first. AMD is one that I'm keeping an eye on as it starts to work its way back. But the Qs are just really trappy today. They're coming up and down, up and down, up and down right now. So just be careful out there with the chop. XRT, looking at that one to see if it starts to make a move. Hey, yo, what's up out there? Some of us haven't had a chance to pick their prize yet. Any update? Reach out to us, my friend. If you were a part of the winning traders, you should have already gotten that. So definitely reach out to us. We'll keep you in touch like always. I don't know your specific case, but like always, you can reach out to us. ICU, we'll look to see if it gets back through that 8. Nicola pulling back there towards that 1050. Not much action now, guys. I'm seeing a lot of slowdown. Mara's trying to get through the $20 spot, so that didn't look that best. Let's go ahead. Let me take a look at the morning approach here, see how to go ahead and kind of checks it out. Mara, there's that 20 push. We'll look to see if it gets through there. Clean Spark getting a little bit of a rise. The Qs are shaking some things right back up to the upside. Bigger stocks are still holding in here. Amazon, look at the push now, 191. So shop for me doesn't seem bad to maybe take a little bit of an opportunity. I've already taken a little bit of shop. Don't mind adding to this, but taking a look at that, definitely starting to see the overall bigger stocks start to ramp up there. Tesla, will it get that next layer? Will it hold the VWAP pullback? Go back to that 194, 196. We'll see. This is not a bad one there. It's still frustrated that I don't have a piece of Tesla. I think I'll still be there. All right, let's see what else is out there. Q's trying to take that next layer to the upside. Definitely got a little momentum there. Not seeing much action there. The slowdown starting to come in, guys. It's about 10:48. We're going to probably start to wrap up in just a second here, as there's really not much right now that I'm seeing. Here's Jemiah trying to get the next step up through 8. We'll look to see if it gets through there. It gets back there towards the 811. What's the high here? 809. See if this can keep pushing. Smaller name, but starting to get a move. Honest was another one. How's that Colgate Palmolive? Still hanging off that 98.24. Still hanging there. The pattern's there at least. We'll look to see if that actually starts to do a decline or not. GRDI. We're watching this one earlier. I was trying to break out through 3. Has pulled back there. Went to the 270. Held that. Gave that pattern back, right? Then broke out through the trend line. And now starting to try to reload through the 3s. We'll see if it can get back through there. Didn't even come to VWAP. That's a good sign. That shows strength on the buying. As it's pulling back, it's finding some buyers. ALAR on the pullback of 3250s. Not too bad on that one. How's the firm doing today? Did it get back below 32s? And yes, it did, guys. So I don't mind taking a swing trade starter here on a firm. I've been wanting to take a little bit piece here. Doesn't look too bad to take a little bit of a starter here. All right, guys, just took a little bit of a starter there. 31.87s here on a firm. Was looking to take a swing trade off of this, and now I got my entry and I know my out. Right back below these lows, 30.77. That's going to be the out there. So I got to give myself the room here, but don't mind the trade here. Just took a little starter there. We'll add to it towards 31. Really don't want that 31 to break and get back to the 30.70s. But for right now, I can go ahead and just low it down below into that gap, and it's only like a pretty much a $45 risk right now towards that gap. We'll look to see if a firm starts to work its way back up through this, and the big levels to watch is going to be if we come back here through 34 on the daily. So the upside action back through this 34.13 is really going to be the level to watch for, and that should, for me, I'm going to be looking for that action in the next couple of days. Got to take some swing trades on, man. And these are some of the swing trades I really like Palantir down below, right? Palantir is holding in right now. So this is one that I could also consider off of 24s and 25s. Don't look too bad, but it has to hold 23 on the pullback. 23 breaks, and I got to get out of there. This one doesn't look too bad. It keeps holding in that 24.40s. Been wanting to get a little bit of a piece of Palantir. Let's go ahead. Let's join the party, guys. All right, let's see if I can get 20 shares here and then look for 20 shares back down towards 24. So I'm just going to look to try to get a little piece here at the 54s. Doesn't matter if 50s or 54s. It's not going to make too much of a difference for me. So I'm just going to step up here. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I don't even have enough for the 20 here. XRT is too big. Running out of buying power, man. Need some more buying power. Might have to get a new package. Gonna have to look into it. I need some more buying power on this. So we'll keep watching to see what happens there in Palantir. The big part for me is XRT getting back towards my entry today. Once that gets back towards my entry, I can start looking to see if this is really going to make the move or not. If not, cut it. I've been holding this for a while now, looking for the move. Let's see if it works. Right now, it's an opportunity cost of holding up a lot of my buying power. So I'm looking to see if I can get this back into the right direction here. It holds this kind of attempt to go to 75 and then really starts to push back through 76 on the next couple of moves. So you see the hourly's gone through 76 multiple times. I'm looking for a real close back above these highs going towards 77, and then I can take majority of it off as I look for the break back towards 77.50s and 79. OPTX starting to work its way back. We'll see. There's that little spike there. There's that move there. It keeps getting some buying power to come into this one, this OPTX. So there's someone that's definitely trying to step up on this one. 650 seems to be the risk right now, guys. So maybe a pullback right now for me off of the 670 spot, then 7 takeout, guys. So up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3. Down 3, didn't really come down towards that down 3. So I'm going to look for a quick little pullback to 670s, collecting some volume back through 7. But there's it is. There's through 7. There's 740s, guys. So shout out to you guys that were able to be patient and be able to get this one. I'd be looking for slight pullbacks to 670s, but now it's already kind of expanding up there to the 750s. We'll look to see if it really makes the move and run back there towards 840s and 9. Doesn't look too bad there as OPTX starts to get going there. VLCN is another one that I was watching to see if it starts to get going there. It's back above that 718, 719s. Could look for a move to 9 today. That's going to be the point on that one. Could try to take a $20, $30 risk here off the 719s. See if this starts to work its way back. The big thing with this one is the volume is so low that it's hard to trade. GOEV was making a move also earlier. So there's a lot of these cars, stocks that are making a move today. Vehicle moves. OPTX back towards 730s. We'll look to see if it pulls back below the 7s towards 670s. That's the level that I would maybe take a shot off of, but you got to be quick on a name like this. So let's see if we can get it here, guys. I don't mind taking about 50 shares if I can get it. Let's see if I'm able to get the shares out there on a quick pullback to 670. I don't even have that. Let's see if I got 30 shares to play with here. I'm full, man. I don't got trades. I got too much on right now. A firm starting to bounce. It's not actually a bad level to look for. As it starts to come back here, we'll look to see if that starts to work its way back. Shop looking good there. Going to continue to watch to see if I get an ad later in the day. XRT, get back into the green there for me so I can go ahead and take some off, be able to use it. All right, guys, it's about 10:55. Time for me to do a little bit of a recap. And yes, it's a ugly day for me, but hey, that's how it is. Gotta learn. That's what it's all about. Hit the like button. Let's take a little daily recap. All right, traders, let's take a look at the recap today. Definitely a tough day and tough 2 days for me, as that's how it goes sometimes, guys. Got to bounce back, guys. So right now, MLGO, AMD, definitely the losing trades of the day. AMD, I'm going to continue to watch it. I still have this feeling that AMD can come back, but for right now, I tried to fight it there. I got up there about $100 multiple times, so I'm starting to see that trend, and it's a trend that I start to notice and being like, okay, so do I need to run faster to the profits? Do I need to adjust my risk to reward profile of my 3-to-1 closer back towards a 2-to-1 outlook? That's something that I can think about here as I keep getting those types of trades that are going into the slight green, but not getting to the reward target. So another thing could be taking some off and then leaving the rest break even, getting back into the trade if needed. Those are all things to think about and consider. And a lot of times when I'll do this is after the stream, right? Not necessarily during, because it's just going to cause my mind to boggle. But I like to include you guys in that conversation, right? So definitely today, one of those days where AMD cost me a little bit there. I'll show you guys it right now on the trade so you guys can see the action and how that worked out, right? On the day, it actually doesn't look that bad, but let's go here towards the 5-minute chart here so you guys can see the action. Was getting long off of this. It was looking good, right? You can see the longs are right around here. It looks really good. Looks really good. Starts to get back through this 160.20s. Right here is when it came back to this 159.60s. That should have been the out at the break even, or this 159.70s, giving me the ability to come back in it later. I stayed in it, battled, got out right here, guys, stopped out off of this 159.15 as it started to break down. But hey, that's how it goes, team. You got to be careful out there, traders, and it's going to happen. A little bit of a shake today. AMD got me, guys. So hey, that's how it goes sometimes. You're not going to win them all, but we'll keep battling, team. Now we're seeing cyclicals go green, defensives actually staying green, and technology just slightly green. Not in a big day there in technology, but the big boys are holding on. And when the big boys hold on, there's rotation. So it seems like the rotation is getting away from NVIDIA and going back towards like an Apple or a Google or an Amazon, right? You can see it there. Look at Amazon's chart. A lot of times the big boys are going to rotate out of some positions and going into some other ones. And I'm clearly seeing that right now. So maybe finally time to get that real profit taking alert there for NVIDIA as you came back to the 9, didn't hold it today. So if you can't hold that, you could come back and take out the lows. NVIDIA isn't holding as well, and it isn't that well of a name anymore as it hasn't done much in the last, let's say, 2 weeks. Better trades, it seems like right now, are on Apple pullbacks. Amazon's doing really well on that 190 push back towards those highs, looking to get that next level. Google with the YouTube mention today, definitely getting a nice little push higher. This could continue to make the lift. So these are all stocks that are on the radar. Tesla, big boy, up there towards 193s now, and held that pullback towards the VWAP. Now could take the next layer. And this is definitely one that was the top trade this week for my swing trade outlook. Even put this on my Twitter, guys. Money Mitch TTP. That was one of the biggest things that I put out as one of my posts, that Tesla just looked like it was ready to get going. And boy, did it get going this week. Not a bad weekly candle as you start to close above the week of the 14th, the 191.08. Anything closing above 190s on the weekly chart is going to be looking really nice for that inverse head and shoulders to hold. Now we're through the neckline. Now we can look for pullbacks to 190 for that to hold for pullback opportunities. We'll see what happens there on Tesla. The dragon, Elon. What happened there, man? Takeoff. We'll see what happened there after he got his compensation plan. And of course, robo-taxis coming back. All right, let's keep going, team. What other ones are making a move there? I'm still seeing that GRDI show up there on the scanners. It's still trying to break through threes. MLGO still hanging out there. Man, did that get me out right on the spot on that spike, and it's back towards 15s. This could still fade off during the day or pop. This is going to be a little bit of a tough trade for sure. Be careful out there, traders. The spread widens up on this one fast. ICU off of that $8 break was looking for that next push. It came back right towards these levels. We'll look to see if it starts to bounce back or does it fade right back down. One thing I would say is this one was a split, and splits sometimes go up and then come down just as fast. So for me, this is setting up there for an up move, but could be a big breakdown right back through the 6. Know your risk and return, traders, like always. WENA, that's the last one for today, guys. That's going to be a big push in the pre-market, pulling back here, kind of doing that cup and handle approach, back above the VWAP. So I really want to see that 4 or like kind of 480s hold on the pullback, really kind of hold the 9 EMA, get back through that 450s. $5 seems to be in reach if it really can get through 450s with a big volume push. At least there's volume trading on this one, about 680,000 shares right now on average, closer towards the million range in the 5 million in the 5-minute chart. So that's actually a good outlook that you have traders trading it. Now the only question is, will it get the next push? All right, that's going to do it for me today, guys. SPY still struggling, kind of chopping around. This pre-market just came down, came back to those levels, but rejection off of those levels. We'll see what happens with the action out there. Of course, I still got the swing trade side of things on. We'll see how those swing trades work out. I got SHOP on. I got a firm. I got XRT. Will that continue to grow? There's XRT starting to climb back. That's going to be definitely something to keep an eye out for me. Like always, guys, smash the like. I'll be back tomorrow morning with Michael. Don't forget it, guys. You guys get to ask questions about Trade the Pool. A lot of traders out there are asking some questions. Keep going, guys. Let me know what you guys want to hear from. Hit the comments down after. And like always, guys, learn from my losses today. See what you guys can get out of it, because that's what I'm here for, is like always, pay it forward for you traders out there and finding the success. We'll see you back next time. Smash the like. See you in the morning, team. Keep getting after it. There's only one way. Got to put the fist up sometimes. Take the hits. Focus on execution. Stick to what you know best.